This special coverage of Pride Night at Fenway Park on Nesson is presented by Eastern Bank. Join us for good. And on a very pleasant Friday at Fenway, the Red Sox return home to Boston for a 5-game homestand. Game 1 with the Tigers and the return of one of the ball club's cornerstones as well. Hi, everybody. Great night here at Fenway. Nice to have you with us. I'm Dave O'Brien. My partner is the Hall of Famer Dennis Eckersley. And Eck, the Red Sox survived a 5-5 road trip. They did it largely without their all-star second baseman, Dustin Pedroia, but they are not eager to test that theory any longer. He is back tonight.
You know, they sorely missed him. After watching the last 2 games in New York, they sorely missed him. And I think they're glad to get him out of the dugout, that energy, and put that energy on the field. You see what he's done, second on the team in average and his OPS. But, there's an added thing here. This is the face of the Red Sox. This is the heart and soul of the Red Sox. The energy that he provides every day that he goes out there. He's a great example. In fact, Farrell had talked about it before the game. He's a great example to everybody else, the way he goes about his business with the at-bats that he takes, and that's what they need. Everybody needs to go one at-bat at a time and turn this thing around.
Not to mention the spectacular defense he can play and that edge that Dustin Pedroia brings to every ball game. Red Sox and the Tigers coming up. And in just a couple of moments, Jemai is back with more about Brian Johnson. Brian Complete Game Johnson, who is spectacular his last time out in the big leagues. The left-hander has returned to take on the Tigers here tonight. Brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Digital Federal Credit Union, see what DCU can save you. Dunkin' Donuts, America runs on Dunkin'. Lexus and the Lexus Strikes Out Hunger program. And by Southwest, yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Beautiful shot of downtown Boston. Time now for our Xfinity X1 report as we send it down to Jemai Webster.
Brian Johnson called his complete game win against the Seattle Mariners. An unbelievable day, OB. He did it in front of a sellout crowd on Saturday afternoon here at Fenway Park, and now he readies for his 3rd spot start for the Red Sox. Manager John Farrell joined TC on our Friday Night Fenway pregame show, and he talked about what Johnson means to this Red Sox rotation.
He went through a battery of tests, including a bullpen where he checked out fine with that, the agility, the PFP that we can run to make sure that we test that. So he comes in here with no restrictions physically, and even against a very strong right-handed hitting lineup, one similar to what he faced in Toronto earlier in the season where he pitched into the 6th inning, got a win that night as well. So the start against Seattle, clearly a highlight in his young career.
Now Johnson readies for his 3rd start, hopefully his 3rd major league victory here tonight. Fasten your seatbelt, folks. We've got baseball on the other side of the break. It's the 4th annual Pride Night at Fenway Park, the flagship event of Pride Week. First pitch with Dave O'Brien and Dennis Eckersley after we stretch it out a bit.
By Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Just a perfect night here for game number 1 of the homestand. Great to have you with us tonight. That is Brian Johnson taking the Red Sox out of the diamond against the Tiger lineup, brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers. It'll be Ian Kinsler to lead things off. He's at second. Castellanos at third. Miguel Cabrera at first base with Victor Martinez the DH. J.D. Martinez at right. Upton at left. Mikey Mahtook in center. McCann doing the catching. And Jose Iglesias, the former Red Sox, at shortstop, batting ninth against the Sox starter. Presented by your New England Audi dealers. Johnson 2-0, a 2.57 earned run average. The only Boston rookie to throw a shutout with no walks, 8 strikeouts, and 5 hits or fewer.
Yeah, the Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. They have made 43 errors in 59 games. Around the infield, Sandoval, Bogarts, Pedroia's back. Moreland at first. In the outfield, Benintendi in left, Bradley Jr. in center, Mookie Betts in right. Behind the plate, Sandy Leon catching Brian Complete Game Johnson.
Umpires tonight brought to you by Toyota's website for deals. Buyatoyota.com. That's Chad Fairchild who has the plate. Rackley at first, Marquez at second, Welke the umpire at third. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP presented by Toyota. Visit compra2toyota.com to see Toyota deals not seen on TV. And the weather brought to you by Benjamin Moore. Paint like no other. It's delightful here. 75 degrees at Fenway. It says partly cloudy. We're going to go with mostly sunny at the moment. Just perfect. And the Red Sox back home after a 5-5 road trip. Did not end well with the back-to-back losses to the Yankees, 8-0 and 9-1.
It was ugly. It really was. And the home run barrage off of Sanchez, off of David Price, was not pretty.
Johnson back in the big leagues. Kinsler going after the first pitch. That's commonplace for him, and he flicks it foul for strike 1. And we're underway.
This is a major test here for Brian Johnson. Now, this is a right-handed lineup. I tell you what, doesn't get much better than this.
Johnson, 26 years old. A great performance on the 27th of May here against Seattle. That was one of the season highlights for sure.
I mean, it really was exciting right down to the last inning. Great catch by Bradley Jr. in center field.
And a fly to right field. And Betts backing up. Little sunshine there as he makes the play for out number 1. So first man is gone, and Castellanos will be next. Nicholas Castellanos, the third baseman, hitting just .230 with 6 home runs. Tigers coming in with a record of 29-30 in the AL Central. That's good enough, though, for Brad Ausmus's team to be 2.5 behind Minnesota and in third place. So they're close.
They're lucky if they're in that division, really.
High fly, well struck, deep right by Castellanos, and this ball is out of here. Well, you had just mentioned how powerful this lineup is for the Tigers, how dangerous it can be, and they show it right away.
And they don't need to go over the monster. I'll tell you what, this ball is driven over the bullpen about 4 rows up. And you tell you what you can do with a fastball. That fastball is what, not even 88 miles an hour, and he deposits this ball. Look at this thing, cross seam fastball out over the plate middle, and he just destroys this ball. The extension right on it. Mookie just said, see ya.
So the Tigers on the board quickly, 1-0. Before Miguel Cabrera even gets up there to swing. He's .271 with 5 home runs.
Those numbers aren't even close to what he's all about.
Well, the last week or so of games, the Tigers have been cooking. Trying to hold up, but it's a strike anyway.
That ball wasn't even close to being inside, and you see him get out of the way. You think that ball is way in. He has yet to hit a home run off a left-handed pitcher.
That's pretty remarkable.
It is, because you know, lifetime, this guy is ridiculous against left-handed pitchers.
No, go. Did he check? He did. First base umpire Rackley says no swing.
Brian Johnson's got to try to establish something right now. Try to establish your fastball. Next thing you know, it's in the seats.
And a swing and a miss. He puts him away. 89 miles an hour to strike out Cabrera. Time for the unlimited baseball break, brought to you by T-Mobile. We just mentioned as the Tiger offense has been heating up the last 7 games, hitting .337, scoring 7 runs a game. They've been hitting the home run ball with a high slugging percentage. So they have really come alive on their trip here to Fenway. Now the veteran Victor Martinez, who hits in front of J.D. Martinez. Victor .267 with 5 home runs. Had a good month of May, hit .318 in May and hit 4 of those home runs.
Not going to see anything fancy here out of Brian Johnson. Fastball 88 max, maybe 90 occasionally, who knows, but change-up curveball.
And the 2-0 hit hard but foul by Victor, who was a very popular player when he was with the Red Sox, however briefly in 2010. His son used to run around the Red Sox clubhouse in a little Red Sox uniform. Terry Francona used to stop him right in front of the manager's office and say, "Little Victor, put your belt on. You're in the big leagues. We wear belts in the big leagues." And he'd run and grab a belt, come back and show Tito.
What, we gave up Masterson for him, right?
2-2. Rattled a deep short. That's going to get through for a base hit. So Victor Martinez on with a second hit in the inning off of Johnson.
You talk about a C9 ground ball. My goodness. That ball took a long time to get in the outfield. Look at the placement. Look at this thing. This is a ground ball. I don't know how many hops it took. Look at this. Perfectly placed.
Did that bother you as a pitcher? You gave up, like a 14 hopper?
Oh, it murders you. It does. I'm telling you. That's why I'm barking about it.
It's like, they're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, this guy better be careful with him.
J.D. Martinez, good power, excellent power, 10 home runs, hitting .289.
He's only been up 83 times. That's like 1 every 8 at bats. That's like McGuire-ish.
Third week of May, he was named the American League Player of the Week. Hit .389 with 4 homers. So he's really gotten hot. Tigers in front 1-0 on a home run by Castellanos. A team that can mash. Red Sox just got done with one who can do that in the Yankees. And the 2-0 is in there for a called strike.
Boy, he is living out there. I'll tell you what, when he comes inside, he better be careful.
Not much of a breeze at all tonight. Very calm evening at Fenway. And a 2-1 foul away. Great to be back home. Red Sox got into town about 3:30 this morning.
Oh.
So fairly quick turnaround. But home, sweet home, and the first of 5 at Fenway. With the Phillies in after the Tigers. Oh, line shot. Boy, that almost took Johnson with it. Right over his head to second base Martinez.
You think I was on the mound? I'm telling you. This ball is sizzling. If that ball's got your name on it, you're done. You're done.
Mercy.
Whew. Look at this. There's no way you could get a glove up on that.
Yeah, I'm with you. Glad he was able to duck and get completely clear of that. Some hard hit balls here in the first inning.
If that doesn't make you gun shy, I don't know what does.
Justin Upton now 261, 12 homers. He's had a very good year so far. 34 runs batted in for Upton. And across for strike one.
Man, that's a big outside corner.
Started him out with a curveball. 2 on and 2 out to run in for the Tigers. Up the middle. Base hit. Chugging around Victor Martinez, picking it up Jackie Bradley, firing home to the plate. It's cut and a run is in to make it 2-0. Upton with his 35th RBI.
You talk about chugging around third base. Victor Martinez, he only scores on doubles from second base, but that ground ball up the middle takes a long time to get to Bradley Jr. See it get by Bogarts there. Bradley, you got a shot at him at the plate. Look at him chugging around. He didn't even attempt it. He didn't even throw it in hard. As soon as that ball got out of his reach, I said, I think Victor's going to score on this.
So here with 2 down in the first inning, Johnson has already allowed 4 hits over his complete game on May 27. He gave up 5 for the entire contest. So an 8-game hitting streak for Upton. A lot of their guys swinging good bats coming in, and Brian Johnson is finding that out. Mikey Mahtook will be next, the center fielder, hitting just .224 with 3 home runs. He becomes the 7th man to hit in the top of the first. Runners at first and second. 2-0 Detroit. He'll take ball 1.
The last 2 balls that were hit really weren't hit all that hard. Ground balls up the middle. You can't afford to have weak contact be base hits with this lineup. Somebody's going to hit it hard.
Man, a 1-0. Red Sox are a team in dire need of a quality start.
Yeah, they need to get down by a big score early, like a hole in the head.
They've already tested that out the last couple of nights. It did not go well in New York after an outstanding Game 1 victory there. There was a lot of social media back and forth between the 2 franchises, I noticed.
Yeah, I think the Yankees kind of get carried away a little bit, huh?
Kind of revved up the rivalry a little bit.
They're feeling good about themselves. They'd be careful.
And is off the outside. He's gone to 3-1 on Mahtook. So there's the Yankee shot at the Red Sox dancing at the end of the game. They tossed that win dominate repeat in there.
Yeah, that's not cool, is it? I like that.
3-1. He went for the downs. Now 3-2 on Mahtook.
Oh, that was a big pitch right there. Fouled straight back. You got to try to trick him here or something.
I got J.D. Martinez at second, Justin Upton at first, McCann on deck. Just got him back. Just reinstated from the DL. Runners will be going. 3-2 and hammered foul. Well, Johnson on May 27 became the first Red Sox pitcher to throw a 9-inning shutout in a Fenway debut since Pedro did it in 1998. On both occasions it was against Seattle.
I hope we have more than one complete game this year.
So far that stands alone. 3-2 coming. Runners go. And popped him up to right. Betts heading over toward the stands. He stops to make the play and retire the side. But Johnson roughed up. Castellanos started it with a home run. 4 hits in the inning. Red Sox coming up down 2-0. Here's the Red Sox lineup tonight, brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. A little bit of a different look. It's Betts leading off, then Dustin Pedroia coming back. Bogart's third, Moreland out of the 4-hole. Benintendi hitting 5th now with Hanley Ramirez right behind him. Then Jackie Bradley, Sandy Leon, and Pablo Sandoval trying to get going. And he has good numbers against Jordan Zimmerman, who is 5-4 with a .598 earned run average. Former 19-game winner in Washington. He has found it a bit tougher here in the American League.
Well, most recently, last time out, he threw the ball well, but out of 11 starts he's made, he's only had maybe 3 appearances that have been good. I mean, this is a guy that signed for a boatload of iron. Are you kidding me? The kind of money he signed for coming out of Washington? You talk about a bust so far.
Now 31 years old. He's had some neck issues. In tight against Mookie. Betts hitting .259 with 9 home runs. Did not light it up on the road trip. He went 9 for 42. Hit a couple of home runs. He's happy to be back home, and he'll take it inside.
But not really swinging the bat very well. You know, not hitting the ball hard like we are used to. He's got to get hot.
Dustin Pedroia on deck. Been a week and a half since we have been able to say that. As Petey is back in there, the 3-1 is pop foul back out of play. That's a small sample, but Mookie has 2 hits and 2 at bats against Zimmerman, and one of those is a home run.
Got to get something to hit right here. Let's go.
3-2 coming. And he walks him. So the Red Sox have the leadoff man on, an excellent speed in Mookie Betts, and here comes Pedroia in his return. Let's go back to May 29 in Chicago and that injury.
You see the play there. Abreu keeps running. It comes out and slides at the base, and then everything goes haywire after that. Didn't seem like a big deal at the time, but I think it was the same wrist that he hurt last year or the year before. Had an operation on.
He landed very awkwardly on it. He was able to hang in for about an inning and finally had to leave the game, and you see he has a little extra support on it. 292 with 2 home runs. Nine stolen bases for Mookie Betts. That's a favorite habit of Cabrera's. He really keeps that tag on there.
Holds it.
He holds it. Most first basemen don't do that, but Cabrera will. Hoping to pick up an out if you leave the bag. Something they have to be aware of, and I'm sure they talk about in the meeting prior to the series. Not running. And popped up. Cabrera with a play. Here comes Kinsler now. He's going to take over on this one, and into foul ground. He's got it. And first at bat tonight, Pedroia pops to second.
The defense for the Tigers, you see around the infield, Nick Castellanos at third, Iglesias at short, Kinsler at second, Cabrera at first. Out in the outfield, Justin Upton in left, Mikey Mahtook in center, and J.D. Martinez in right. Behind the plate, McCann catching Jordan Zimmerman.
So a man on at first base for Xander Bogaerts, checking in at 322 with 2 home runs. 7th in the American League in batting average. And a dive back by Betts.
Saw Betts try to steal last night in the first inning, get thrown out, and you're saying, oh, you know, when somebody gets thrown out, you say that's not a good idea. But took a great throw by Sanchez and a better tag. Remember by Didi, it's at short.
Yeah, Gregorius actually paid the price for that. He got kicked in the chest accidentally. Another dive back. Another tag, a little extra tag there by Cabrera. One down, 2-0 Tigers in the first inning.
Seen a lot of fastballs from Zimmerman early on here, but he's been throwing a lot more sliders.
Last year, a year after the trade to Detroit from the Nationals, his ERA ballooned to 4.87. He had that neck problem. This year it's up a full run from that. Runner holding and a strike.
Yeah, there's that slider. He only gave him 105 innings last year. Well, that year ago it fell apart because he, like you said, he ended up with a big ERA. So started off good, but it hasn't been good since.
Really keeping Betts very busy over there.
Look at him pushing him around over there. What's going on?
Telling you,
he is. Nobody does that.
Very active with that tag. I'm not sure if Ruben said something to him as well, or said something to Betts about, you know, just be mindful of that. I think he did. And the 1-1 runner holds. Ball and 2 strikes now on Xander Bogaerts. Mitch Moreland on deck.
Well, he's not that slow to the plate. He kicks a little bit, but it's not a slide step, but it's pretty quick to the plate. It's a problem with getting behind early in the game. You don't want to run necessarily.
On the other hand, you want to stay aggressive.
Right.
Which, when the Red Sox have been playing well, they have been right on the edge of being a reckless team on the bases at times. And it's paid off. That one downstairs just missed. It probably should have been a strike.
He didn't catch that ball very well.
Take a look at this last one.
Watch how McCann catches this ball. He kind of slaps at it. Ball's down low. Takes it out of the strike zone.
Nice shot. It drills Zimmerman. He can't find it. Everyone's going to be safe. Boy, we've seen some rockets up the middle early tonight. Zimmerman pays the price. He really got hit.
Well, you could hear the skin from up here. I mean, it slapped him so hard. I think it got him in the big part of his leg. It doesn't matter. That is a bullet. Look at this thing. This ball's down, middle, and this is off your leg before you can even react. Oof, the back of his leg. A little soft spot back there. Ow.
And he's going to require a toss or two to see if he can continue.
Oh, there's going to be a mark.
Man.
I mean, that's scary. The first inning, both sides have hit bullets up the middle.
Yeah, Brian Johnson went ducking and darting on a line drive base hit up the middle by Martinez.
You've got that thing going to be with you the whole game. Because you can't really put ice on it because you don't want it to stiffen up.
He'll hang in there.
You can't sit down for very long. You want to keep moving.
So the Red Sox have some trouble brewing for Zimmerman, first and second, and one out for Mitch Moreland. 266, 7 homers. He's driven in 30 runs. And pretty good numbers against Zimmerman, 3 for 6. Sox with their first hit. Xander Bogaerts zeroing in on Zimmerman. The number that really jumps out at you for Zimmerman so far this season is the home runs allowed. He has coughed up 16.
Yeah, that's a lot. I don't know how many solos there are, but I don't care. That's a lot.
We're still early June. 2 on, 1 out. And ball 1.
Well, he wanted that. You know, I don't think we ever thought that Moreland was going to be such an important part of this offense, right down in the middle of this lineup when the season started.
And the 1-0. And misses inside. These cold hard facts brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Light. Zimmerman with a tendency to give up the long ball. He ranks 4th among American League pitchers in home runs allowed.
We saw Tanaka give it up the other night. Boy, he is scuffling.
I know the Yankees keep saying that he's not hurt, but he looks it.
Yeah, he does.
I know they say they wouldn't roll him out there. I'm sure they wouldn't if they believed he was injured. But boy. A 2-0 hard hit to first base, down for Cabrera. Throws high, took him off the bag, but got him. Bogaerts is out. Everybody else safe on the corners.
Boy, that was dangerous. That I would tell you what, he had to make a decent throw there. Ball's high to Iglesias, and luckily he scoots back to the bag and gets the force out. But that could have been serious trouble for Detroit. Ball high, throw there by Iglesias, hurries up and just barely gets in front of him. Look at him spread out. That was a big play right there. 2 outs. They weren't going to turn 2 anyway. I wouldn't think. Ball was scalded though. He picked it.
Are you a little surprised he didn't slide?
Yes.
You slide, I think maybe if you come to the inside of the bag, you have a chance there.
Well, maybe he's just trying to get in the way. I don't know, of the throw.
Well, now the play is under review.
What are they reviewing? Did we miss something? He tagged the bag, did he not? Iglesias.
I think that's the question. Maybe that is what John Farrell is challenging right here. Take another look.
Obviously he's off the bag, but he comes back in time. Yeah, he touched it. It's funny, if he did slide, he might have been in.
Yep, a little bit of a curious decision there. But it certainly looked like he got back and got the bag.
I don't think you're thinking about sliding as a base runner right there, thinking you're going to get a hit in the back, or wait for that throw like he was. I don't know. But if he did slide, he probably might have been in.
So the call is upheld at second base. Bogaerts is out. Moreland becomes the runner at first base. with Mookie Betts down to third. And it'll send up Andrew Benintendi now, hitting on the 5 slot tonight. 267 with 8 homers, 31 RBIs. Red Sox trailing here 2-0. Signs at the end of the road trip that Benintendi was seeing the ball pretty darn well. 3 home runs in his last 3 starts. He's 6 for his last 15.
Boy, he's gotten 3 balls down and in that he has absolutely lost. The one in Yankee Stadium, second tank, and the 2 home runs in Baltimore. Almost the same identical pitch.
Oh, 2 on the rookie. Hanley Ramirez would bat next. Red Sox trying to get on the scoreboard here in the bottom of the 1st inning. Now you figure the baseball is going to carry tonight in these conditions. And the 0-2. Trying to hold up. Down he goes, and then strike 3. Kind of a frustrating start for the Red Sox. They leave men on the corners. It's 2-0 Detroit. Sox tickets from bleachers to boxes, all with a 200% guarantee. Treat yourself for someone special with tickets to a game. Visit aceticket.com now or call 1-800-MY-SEATS. Sox are down 2-0 to the 2nd inning, and Detroit brings up James McCann just off the disabled list as of tonight. Ranks tied for 4th among American League catchers with 7 home runs, so he's got some pop.
Yeah, he's got 4 of them off left-handed pitchers.
A curious decision by the Red Sox to challenge the play at second base so early in the game when it looked pretty obvious that Iglesias had gotten back in time to get Bogarts.
We thought it was obvious. I mean, especially if you have a look at it. I mean, you're going to look at it. It was obvious. Kind of silly the 1st inning.
You lose your challenge now.
Right.
You can have the crew chief have one later on in the game. That may occur. You see another challenge, and the Red Sox want the crew chief to take a look, but that's up to him. 1-2 fouled away by McCann. Iglesias on deck, and then Kinsler.
You know, there was a time back in the olden days that you didn't have very many left-handed pitchers in the rotation with the Red Sox, right? I mean, never. I mean, I remember Bill Lee and all that, and then you could go on and on after that. You know, Bruce Hurst and this and that. We could get a list of them, but You're talking about a right-handed lineup like this. You got 3 left-handers coming in this series from us. It's kind of frightening.
John Lester guy was pretty good.
Yeah, that John Lester guy was real good.
And Chris Sale going at 7:15 tomorrow, and then Drew Pomerantz on Sunday night. Sunday night baseball. Jam job to third, and Sandoval will snatch that up and get him at first base.
Catch a condensed 2-hour version of the Red Sox game at midnight. Sox and 2. Sox and 2 is brought to you by Jeep. Jeep, the most awarded lineups of SUVs ever.
Iglesias hitting .244, former Red Sox shortstop. And man, is he a blast to watch in the pregame drills when he's just messing around out there.
Yeah.
You know, he'll take a ground ball and flip it without even going to the throwing hand around his back, you know, basketball pass style, and it's right on the money to the second baseman every single time. He's a blast to watch.
He really is, and it reminds me of Bradley Jr. They get kind of bored with just routine plays, and I'm just saying, don't mess up a routine play just because you can make the spectacular ones.
Flies that one pretty shallow right. Mookie Betts charging in to make the play. We got a shot of Omar Vizquel there, coach for the Detroit Tigers. You talk about a guy who is flashy and played the game that way with a lot of flair to end a no-hitter.
Barehanded.
In his great barehanded a ground ball.
Chris Bosio's game.
You
right?
remember that? Yeah.
I think he's a Hall of Famer.
I do too.
I do. I really do. If Ozzie Smith got in, he should get in.
That's a great comparison.
I'm telling you.
Spectacular defender. Played on a lot of good clubs too there in Cleveland. Here's Kinsler. He's 0 for 1 with a fly to right field.
Brian Johnson brought out that little curveball, little dewdrop in he's featuring right now.
And needs a bounce back inning. Certainly first inning roughed up a home run and 3 singles and 1 hit that very nearly undressed him. Up the middle. 0-2. Poke foul.
As long as he keeps that ball away, and don't be missing. You can't miss.
Certainly a free swinging lineup.
Seattle swung through so many fastballs away. It was amazing.
0-2. Foul back, and a lot of those were, you know, 89 to 90.
Yeah. Well, we've seen it with Pomerantz. Pomerantz throws a lot of high fastballs. He gets so many swings and misses. You don't see anything else from Pomerantz, do you? Pomerantz is curveball, fastball. I mean, he talks about using a cutter, but a handful of times.
2 starts ago, I thought he used it more frequently.
Okay.
And it showed up, but not a ton.
Right.
0-2 around the plate. And I think when he can keep you honest with that cutter once in a while.
Yeah.
You know, run that in a right-hander.
But he gets guys swinging that fastball, doesn't he? I mean, right through it.
And the curveball is something. The last time he threw an awful lot of pitches, too many, 123 in 5 innings. He doesn't want to repeat that, but he did get the win.
123 pitches. And he drops a curveball on Matt Holliday. Strike 3.
2-2 fouled away. I thought that was the best pitch he threw all night.
His life was on the line the last pitch, and he knew it. 3-2. If you're Holliday, aren't you looking for a curveball?
I would think.
I would think.
With him.
Right, because if your life depended on it, what are you going to throw, Drew? A hook.
Although my favorite pitch of the entire series was Joe Kelly's slider to Aaron Judge.
Oh, yeah.
That was entertaining.
What about the 103.5 hair that he threw upstairs that he fouled off?
There are more guys throwing 100 miles an hour in that series than anyone I can remember recently. And Kelly threw harder than anybody.
We had an interview with him. He was trying to be humble about how hard he throws.
2-2 fouled away.
Well, you couldn't help but be proud of that kind of gas, huh? I mean, that's sick. I mean, it's hard to throw strikes with it. It's hard to paint with it to begin with. You throw that hard, you can't paint.
They throw 103. 97 is a changeup.
Oh, I'd rather have somebody dot 95 than throw this thing that you're not sure up out of the zone.
Fastest pitch in the majors this season the other night. We're really pesky at bat here by Kinsler.
There's our 2 eighth-inning guys.
I think what Kelly has done has been a little bit underrated, how good he has been. You know, his last 13 or 14 appearances, he has not allowed a run. Been really tough. 2-2 on the way. Fly ball on the right field line out of play.
Well, he quietly pitched well at the end of last season, didn't he? I mean,
Kelly did, yeah.
Yeah, when they flipped him over. He's been doing a nice job since he's went out there.
He's not allowed to run in 20 out of 23.
Never got into flicking those seeds anyway. Got nothing else to do out there.
2-2, fly it into left center field, but a play for Jackie Bradley. And a bounce back for Johnson, although that last at bat took 12 pitches. He does get him 1-2-3. Presented by Toyo Tires. Hanley against Jordan Zimmerman. 385 lifetime with a home run. Toyo Tires, the official tire of the Boston Red Sox. Goes after the very first pitch. Pretty confident against this guy. And Hanley overall is at 249. 8 homers and 24 RBIs. Maybe the key guy the Red Sox need to get swinging the bat and driving the ball.
I totally agree. Hit that line drive home run in Yankee Stadium the other night, but a lot of pulling. He's pulling a lot of balls. See him pull off there. Ball outside. Well, you know, he got hot there for a while. I guess it's been a while. Remember when he hit those majestic bombs? About 4 of them. It seemed like every game he was hitting one. A lot of those were cookie hanging breaking balls.
He's played 14 career games against the Tigers. He's reached base in 13 of those, hitting .321. So this is a pitcher and an opponent he could really get going against. And Zimmerman with a 1-2. Close, but it missed.
Sometimes it doesn't pay to throw inside, you know, because you're tempting fate. The guy might hit a bomb here, and then you throw it in there and they don't give it to you. It's not worth it. I'll just throw it in there to knock him off the plate.
Now he's running full. He walked the first man he faced tonight, Mookie Betts. Now 3-2 on Hanley Ramirez.
See, he's careful. That stat says it all.
2-0 Detroit, second inning. High chop, really driving Castellanos back from shallow left. He airmailed the throw and he's safe at first base. High toss. Cabrera did well just to make sure it didn't get by, but Castellanos went into shallow left to get it.
Yeah, he's on the grass back there. Look how far he's playing back, which he can, which is awful as a hitter. He can play that far back, but that is a long, long throw, and it's high, and he can't get back on the bag. This has got to go as an error, I would assume. I mean, it's just a high throw. The ball's on the money. He's out.
I guess my debate on that would be you could call it a base hit because it took the third baseman all the way to the outfield. That's a really long throw.
It is.
And it didn't make a good throw, and a good throw would have gotten him. So I understand that, but I see that going as a hit too. But it is ruled an error. Jackie Bradley now 224 with 7 home runs.
He hurried that throw a little bit. He had to.
Yeah.
I mean, you have no time when you're out on the grass.
So on that basis, I could see that being overturned as a single.
I agree.
Jackie drove in 11 runs on the road trip. So he went 9 for 32. He slowed up in New York going 1 for 10, but RBI wise, he had an excellent trip. 11 runs batted in 10 games.
Jackie's like going, that's a strike, and you see it. It's like he's dotting that corner. Those are perfect pitches. A fastball up.
2 strikes before that pitch. The count was 0-2. They moved Castellanos from third base over to the right side between Cabrera and Kinsler. And a 1-2 from Zimmerman. Tried to check, but he swung and missed. Jackie would like him to check with the third base umpire, but Chad Fairchild already did the deed, and Jackie Bradley is upset about that.
I think he's upset about the fastball flowing away to begin with, because I think he went. And you don't see Jackie do that very often. He barked at him, didn't he?
Did. Out on strikes.
I mean, he was irritated right there. This ball's up and away, but I think he went. Oh, yeah. He could have hit a double, you know, seriously. And he barks at him. He's just frustrated. You never see that from Jackie.
Yeah, umpires staring him all the way back to the dugout. Ramirez on at first base with 1 out. Sandy Leon the batter. And another guy who needs to return to his good swing. He went 1 for 14 on the road trip. Red Sox down 2-0 in the bottom of the second.
You know, it feels like Vasquez has gotten the bulk of the catching, has he not?
Yes.
Yes. Somebody's going to have a hard time, you know, with their timing. You can't, you know, share the catching duties perfectly. You just can't.
Well, 2 guys who believe they should be the starter and catch almost every game. Leon, by the way, 2 for 2 against Zimmerman in his career. Fans, you can help NESN by taking a quick 2-minute survey and enter for a chance to win a VIP NESN experience at the ballpark. Visit NESN.com/survey during tonight's game for your chance. That's part of the VIP experience. You can have a meet and greet with Dennis Eckersley. I know you're getting to work for the first time right now. I hope you're okay with it, Eck. 1-1 high fly ball. He got underneath that one. Martinez has it lined up. 2 down. I don't know where that meet and greet will be, under what circumstances, but said so on the copy. So
I said, what?
You enjoy yourself. Trust me, it'll go well.
Okay.
Whoever you're meeting.
It's the least I could do. Whatever it takes.
Right.
Yeah.
I know that's true.
We meet and greet every night, don't we?
We do.
Yeah.
Great fans coming up to the ball. It's usually season ticket holders.
Yeah, whatever we can do for them.
Very serious fans. Love our view.
Yes.
Best in the house. Here's Sandoval at 214 with 4 home runs for Pablo. Red Sox with 1 hit, a base hit by Xander Bogaerts in the first inning.
You got to get this guy going too, huh? Started off all right when he came off the disabled list, right? Couple good games.
0 for his last 9, however.
Well, he won't swing at that. That's one pitch he can't reach, right? I mean, because he can get the barrel to a lot of balls that a lot of guys can't, but you can't get the barrel to that.
Of course, he'd like to get that barrel to the baseball and hit it hard through somewhere. And he's done that against Zimmerman. He's 7 for 17 against him. That's a .412 batting average.
Stay tuned for Red Sox Final, presented by Plainbridge Park Casino. TC and Steve Lyons will recap Pride Night and preview the rest of the Tigers series.
Ramirez on at first base, reaching on an error by Castellanos. But now there are 2 down. And the 2-1 to Sandoval. Second baseman flags it down. Kinsler with a nifty play, and he gets him. And that will retire the side. 1 man left. Castellanos with a immediate home run against Johnson. Xander Bogaerts has the Red Sox 1 hit to this point. And Castellanos leading off the 3rd inning. And that home run was a no-doubter. Deep blast out there to right center.
Looked like a left-handed hitter, pull hitter, hit it out.
It really did. The 0-1.
See this ball away, middle away, and he just drives this ball. You got to know that ball's gone and it leaves the bat.
Miguel Cabrera on deck. Cabrera's had a spectacular career. He's 34 years old now. 2-time MVP, waiting his turn. Very little doubt he will wind up in Cooperstown. Here's the 1-2. Line drive, right field. Betts. Mookie makes the catch on that liner. 1 away in the 3rd for the Tigers. Let's go to Jemai.
Thanks, OB. No home runs to speak of the Red Sox thus far, but 71 years ago today, Ted Williams smashed the longest home run inside Fenway Park. The lone red seat here, it represents the distance. Hit it, ironically enough, against the Tigers pitcher, Fred Hutchinson. This is Elise. She's sitting in the seat right now, but didn't even realize that it had happened at this point. But history here at 502 feet, and if you just look at the distance, this is a long way. It's crazy to think that the thumper had this much power in his bat.
502 feet. That is remarkable. I mean, who's even come close to that since Ted hit one there? Right through a straw hat. Now, folks love to go up there and take pictures, you know, before the game. Sometimes you'll see people during batting practice heading up there with the camera and their Sherpa.
I'll tell you what, I gave up a lot of long ones. Not one in particular, just a lot of long ones.
502? I mean, 500 footers?
I know. I don't know about that, but I never watched how far it went most of the time. When they're hit like that, you never even look.
I'll tell you what, if you're a hitter and you don't look when you hit one that far, I mean, come on, who gets that opportunity?
Saw Eddie Murray hit one off a tee on. It was way back in there.
I saw Galarraga hit one about 480 in the upper deck at the old Marlins ballpark many years ago.
A lot of times we can't see it. It's over the monster. Some of these shots you don't get a chance to really see the whole thing.
Onto the pike.
He could have rung him up.
And he did exactly that. That is strike three.
I mean, this is two punch outs. It was a miracle. He punches out twice. This ball catches the inside corner. I don't know what he's looking for. It just ties him up. He's like, whoa. He had a funny at bat last time too. Cross seam fastball, right inner half, and he buckles him.
Second time Johnson has struck out Cabrera. He's retired 6 in a row. Here's Victor Martinez, base hit and a run scored in the first inning. Victor, 5-time All-Star, including 2010 with the Red Sox, 3 times with the Cleveland Indians.
I wonder if there's a little deception here. It doesn't look like it with Brian Johnson, but
the 1-1 fouled away. Well, we always just talk about this with Koji, right? You know, the splitter was one thing, but the deception on the fastball at 87. Now, how do you do that?
Oh, they talk about spin rate with the fastball now, and I don't know about that. How can 88 have great spin rate? He's not getting there.
But for a time with the Red Sox, I mean, he was automatic as the closer in the biggest games. I mean, he was as good as Rivera was in the postseason.
I'll tell you what, I never saw anything like it that year. 2013, he was ridiculous. And to think that he didn't start off that way. Remember, they had 4 closers. Hannaran was the guy, right? They had a bunch of guys. They had.
They went through about 3 or 4 guys.
Zawa was there too, though.
And he got a brief tryout, but that didn't work out very well. He didn't take.
No.
But Koji certainly did. And that glorious night here at Fenway Park, Game 6 of the World Series against St. Louis. John Farrell, the skipper of that rather amazing ball club.
It was amazing.
3-2. Expectations were nowhere near how they wound up, right?
But Koji didn't walk anybody, punched everybody out. It was like unbelievable. It really was. And to see what Kimbrell's doing this year, whether you know it or not, that is incredible.
Craig Kimbrell is as good as any closer
I've ever seen.
Right?
Ever. The most dominant guy I've ever seen.
A 3-2. Check swing, and he walked him on a pitch down into the dirt. So Martinez on for the second time. Bedgear is the official performance betting partner of the Red Sox, fueling your performance on and off the field. Sleep like the pros for maximum recovery. Build your performance sleep system at bedgear.com today. Sleep fuels everything. And look, I mean, for you to say that, because you had comparable seasons to what he's doing
but
right
not
now.
like he's doing it. This is dominant.
You wouldn't put it even in. I mean,
he's throwing hair right by guys, just one after another. It's ridiculous. He throws so good. Sometimes I think he doesn't even need a curveball, and the curveball that he has is filthy, right? I mean, it's not fair. I don't know what other teams think about. If they make contact, they should be proud of themselves.
He's had immaculate innings. He's had 4 strikeout innings. He's been forced to do that, and he's done it.
Boy, if I threw like he does, I would everybody would have hated me. Not that they didn't like me to begin with. I would have been styling. Oh, you couldn't have lived with me.
So as you were,
yes,
you were styling.
I know, but
and you were rubbing guys the wrong way.
I wasn't trying to rub it in.
Hard ground ball out there. Diving play, Sandoval from a knee across the diamond. Close, safe. And Martinez down to second. Sandoval did everything he could on that play.
That was going to be a great play. I thought he was going to one-hop it. Just didn't get enough on it. I don't know how you can get enough on it anyway, but first of all, don't hurt yourself diving. You see him go into the dive right here. You got to get up and you got to get something on this ball. And he says, I haven't got enough time. I'll just throw it from my knees. It was a good play to get to this ball, but it just slows up. It just doesn't get there.
Be a base hit for J.D. Martinez. Runners at first and second for the Tigers as they lead it 2-0. The batter will be Justin Upton. For Sandoval, not far removed from a knee injury to begin with. And now Johnson in a little bit of difficulty against a guy who singled in a run last time. And is a hot hitter coming in.
Remember last year the way he started off. Upton, he was awful for the first half of the season. Ended up with 31 home runs. Man, he came on strong.
0-1. Got a curveball and that confused him. Two runs, 5 hits now for Detroit. Red Sox been held to 1 hit first 2 innings by Zimmerman. And the 0-1.
Paint. You see this base hit he got up the middle. It's a C&I ground ball up the middle, but it's enough to score Victor Martinez, barely.
And the 0-2. He thought about it. He had a notion, but he stayed away from that one.
That's tempting right there. Kind of feel like you hold your breath sometimes with some of these guys up there, the way they swing. You make a mistake and it's like, see ya.
Boy, that's baseball today, though. So many lineups are loaded with guys who are, cutting under the ball. They're looking to hit it in the air, looking to beat shifts. And they don't care if they strike out. A tapper, Pedroia to be tested. Up and over, but got him. And Johnson gets out of the inning despite the walk and the single. Should Major League Baseball institute an automated strike zone? Text 1 for yes, 2 for no. If you want to go the robot way, that's 1 for yes. Text your answer to 536-536. Message and data rates may apply. 1 message per vote. Alex Spear joining us in the booth. Dave O'Brien, Dennis Eckersley alongside. 2-0. The Tigers have the lead. Let me hit you both up with that. What do you think about an automated strike zone? Eck, first of all.
No way. I would have been murdered.
No.
I never would have got all those pitches. I would have never got those pitches. You got to have it, man. You do occasionally.
Human error.
If he likes you.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they could just be the opposite, too, now.
You like that human error. What do you think, Al?
You could have painted anything. You would have been just fine with a robot system.
Just in case.
Yeah.
And, you know.
I'm all for it. I think that it's getting harder and harder to read pitches. The velocity is going up and up. You see hitters getting fooled more often than ever and striking out more than ever. Umpiring is getting harder than ever. I just think that it's worked in tennis. I don't see why it wouldn't be pretty good in baseball, too.
Oh, really? You want that?
I'm in favor of an automated strike zone increasingly. I think that there's a disproportionate amount of the game is being determined by framing skills rather than the strike zone, which is cool.
Betts with a routine ground ball to Iglesias. And Mookie walked in the first inning, so he is 0 for 1. I got to tell you, it would be so strange not to have, like we had Tom Halley the other night in New York and giving the, that big strike and it, screaming out like, he had thrown his back out or something. I found that vastly entertaining.
I'm totally with you on that. I think that in the experiments that they've done with it, for instance, they once had Eric Burns doing an Indie League game with an automated umpire that, like, he had an IFB in his ear so that he could hear whether or not it was a ball and strike. So he could still do all the big gestures, kind of keep it. The visual human element was still there.
Right.
But there was a better system for calling balls and strikes a little more accurately.
Gotcha. Now, fascinating. They head that way one day. Pedroia, the batter.
It's like the late strike call.
And up the middle, again, it's Iglesias. So smooth over there for the second out. Alex, while we have you in the booth here, one of the things I want to talk about is what you were writing about earlier, and I had mentioned the same thing last night. Are the Red Sox in the market for another bat?
Well, I think that they're still kind of defining their needs, but the more that they get to see what the lineup looks like now that it's healthy, right? Pedroia's back, Sandoval is back. It hasn't taken off. It hasn't been a consistent lineup. And what you find is that it's a lineup that usually puts up 3 to 5 runs. In fact, they've scored in that range more than basically any other American League team. They aren't able to blow teams out and create easy wins. And that makes it hard on the bullpen. That makes it hard on everyone on the pitching staff. To me, they feel like a pretty good offense because they have a lot of guys who can get on base, but they're still one bat away from being really productive.
Slap to Castellanos, and that's a 1-2-3 inning.
It's a tired inning is what it is.
Very quick.
Very quick.
You want to speed it along, Alex Spear's your man. Great to see it. 2-0 Detroit. a strikeout hunger program in partnership with Nesson and the Greater Boston Food Bank. You can visit your Boston area Lexus dealer in June to donate non-perishable food items. For more information, visit Nesson.com/Lexus. Fourth inning underway, 2-0 Tigers. Mahtook flares that one foul. He's gone 0 for 1 with a fly to right field. Now Johnson has settled down pretty nicely over the last couple of innings. Got him 1-2-3 in the second, but in the first inning gave up 2 runs, 4 hits, and some very hard hit balls.
Well, he's starting to mix that curveball in, is what he's doing. It's amazing what he's done to Cabrera. Struck him out twice. That's incredible.
It's had him very confused. Tigers in town for 3. Then the Phillies are in. And the Red Sox go to Philadelphia. Philadelphia 21-37. Tigers are 1 game under 500. So there's an opportunity for the Red Sox to pick up some wins. Here's the 0-2. Mahtook taking outside. High fly, left center field, hit deep. That one rising way up there, and that ball is gone. Into the monster seats by Mahtook, his 4th home run of the season, and the 2nd allowed by Johnson tonight.
I'm telling you, you got to be careful with that gas that he's got. This ball is high. Ball might even be a ball out of the zone, but it hasn't got enough on it. Mikey juiced him is what he did. Look at this little cross seamer up, probably the top of the strike zone. That ball might even be a ball, but he gets on, lifts this thing dead central. See ya.
And just like that, 3-0 Detroit. Here's McCann. He's 0 for 1.
That flag is doing nothing. It's just dangling out there. That means the ball is going to, whatever's hit hard is gone.
A dead calm tonight.
Yes. I think the ball is, I mean, the way they're hitting home runs this year, I mean, what's going on? I mean, they can't have, made the ball juiced. I mean, because everybody will deny it. Is it just a different way attacking? Hitters are trying to leave. I mean,
I believe that is it.
That's it.
You know what I think has, by and large, changed the way hitters are approaching? Not every hitter, but they're approaching what they do. Is the shift craze in baseball. What a hitter doesn't want to do is hit the ball on the ground and make an out.
Right. Okay.
You got to hit it in the air. And I heard Josh Donaldson talking about this recently. He said, I would teach every kid today in Little League to hit under the ball.
But not everybody's a home run hitter.
But everyone thinks they are. And if you want to beat that shift, you have to hit it in the air and try and drive the baseball. I mean, I think the shift, because it's become such a craze, and every manager does, every franchise does it, and the numbers indicate you should, and that your pitching staff will benefit from this. This is going back to, even before Madden started doing it at Tampa Bay. Of course, everyone does it now, including the Boston Red Sox.
Right, and if you're not with it, you got to hit home runs. You've got to hit home runs. I mean, this all or nothing thing. Baltimore's made of. Look what they've done. You think about it. Every year you think Baltimore's not going to be their all or nothing team, right?
Yep.
Can't run.
3-2 to McCann.
Running is obsolete. I mean, I thought it was coming back there for a while, right? Just for a fraction of a second. The only guy that runs is Hamilton with Cincinnati.
It used to be embarrassing for major league hitters to strike out, 100 times.
Right.
Now a lot of guys 150, 160, 200 times. Doesn't matter. Doesn't seem to. Especially if you're going to hit 25 home runs.
They pay you for bombs. That's just what it comes down to. Saw it with the Houston Astros, right? All or nothing. You see the punch outs. It makes me sick. When I look in the paper and I see the I'll see the stats and I'll see they punched out 14 times, 12 times, 15 times. But they won the game.
They won the game.
Went deep 3 times.
Popped up short right. Pedroia outbets him. Dustin Pedroia with a catch, and McCann is retired. Iglesias will be next.
Don't miss WB Mason Extra Innings live right after the game. TC and Steve Lyons will break down Brian Johnson's start. Whatever, whenever, wherever, who but WB Mason. That was big league right there.
Big league, man. I wish I had taped that. Show that to a broadcast class, man. That was so smooth. Iglesias 0 for 1. He has flied out to right. Red Sox are trailing here 3-0. First night back in town. Fans with Benjamin Moore, you can paint like no other. Go to benjaminmoore.com to find your nearest retailer. Kinsler on deck. And a strike.
Okay, Iglesias. Iglesias is like our Devin Marrero, right? Devin Marrero's got great hands. Reminds me when Iglesias came up with us. Couldn't hit, found a way to hit. As we see a flare going to right field.
Dropped down for a base hit. So he'll take that. He's 1 for 2 tonight.
Well, this is a little thing. He just drops into right field. Got not so much jammed. I don't know where it hit. All I know is that is ugly.
Unless you're the hitter, and then it's a work of art.
Yes. Doink.
Iglesias aboard. 7 hits now for Detroit. Here's Kinsler. He's flied out twice in this one. He checked his swing. Ball 1. Brian Johnson's pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket. Different kind of night than his magical game on May 27 here against Seattle. When he struck out 8, shut him out on a complete game 5-hitter.
He was in the 8th inning with about 90 pitches. He's only in the 4th now.
Well, Iglesias is a threat to go. And a 1-0 from the lefty. He got fooled badly on that one. And curveball's been tough.
Yeah, you see him swinging a curveball like this. This ball never even comes close. It almost hits the plate, and he's hacking at it. I mean, sometimes, hitters, they gotta be guessing, man, when they swing balls like that.
You know they are. Hitters talk about it all the time. Asked later, what did you hit for that 3-run homer? Well, I was guessing. I guessed right.
Yeah, totally. I tell you, they run into a good breaking ball sometimes. How did he hit that? Because he was looking for it.
2-1. But you didn't get beat many times in your career on a good breaking ball, did you?
I'll tell you what, guy that was a great breaking ball hitter was Jim Rice. Just so happens he played for the Red Sox, and I'd throw him the nastiest breaking ball. He could have base hit or something. How did he hit that thing? Jimmy was a dead breaking ball hitter. That's what he was. And he tried to.
Shot to center field. Bradley into the triangle and still backing up. Makes the play over his shoulder. Iglesias had rounded second, trying to get back into first, and he slides in. Of course, he had to retouch on his way back. And a heck of a play by Jackie Bradley to one of the deepest parts of Fenway.
You look at Jackie going after this ball, you could tell he's got a beat on it, and he can get to anything. If he gets in the ballpark, he's got a shot at this thing. And he's running out of room right here. This ball is about 410 feet away, one step away from the wall, but he's got it. You're counting on him to catch this ball, running away. He tries to throw it all the way in to first base. A little Willie Mays piece, but it didn't happen.
So Bradley running it down. Iglesias had already taken the turn around second base and retouched on his way back. Kinsler really sent that one for a ride. This guy did in the first inning. Castellanos with a home run. He's also lined to right, so twice he's hit the ball very hard.
Boy, you got to be careful with that fastball. I'm telling you, that hook is nice, but careful. Play with danger up there, don't they? Him and Pomerantz, that right at the top of the strike zone. They get away with it, but whoa, watch out when they don't.
And a 1-0 pitch to Castellanos. Castellanos has had a tough time defensively this year. He's made 11 errors at third base, which is the most among all major league third basemen. He made only 9 all of last year. We are in the 4th, and the Tigers are on top 3-0. Iglesias the runner at first with 2 down. Hard hit again, but this one foul into the seats and then out again.
I feel like we're lucky that it's 3-0.
There have been some shots, and a few of them have been caught. A few more have been foul.
I mean, take your choice here. It's like 2 pitches, curveball, fastball. I haven't seen much more. I haven't seen changeups. I haven't really seen any. Maybe he's thrown a couple.
Red Sox coming up in the bottom of the 4th inning. We'll have Moreland, Benintendi, and Ramirez. So far, just 1 Red Sox hit. That follows a pair of very light hitting nights at Yankee Stadium. And a 1-2. Ground ball got jammed a bit there. A little bobble by Sandoval to spin the throw. Got him at first base as Moreland held the bag. According to Rackley, the first base umpire.
Hold yourself. Everybody just stopped. Everybody in the infield just stopped. I think he pulled his foot first of all, and he might be safe on just regular. Let's see if he gets there. He had to reach for that thing.
Well, Tigers are trying to figure out whether they want this play reviewed. And was he on the bag at all?
Right.
And they are going to review it.
This could go either way.
My gut tells me that Moreland came off the bag.
That's what I'm thinking. Because the throw beat him, right? If he catches it, if he's not off the bag, is he out, right? See, because that's in the glove. They'll call that as a catch, but is he on the bag?
Lunging up the line, and of course Sandoval bobbled it initially. Had he not done that, he wouldn't have to hurry that throw, and it wouldn't have maybe been offline like this.
Ball goes in the glove before he touches the bag, I think, but is his foot on the bag?
Not so sure it was.
Yeah, you don't see it here, this view. But how could it not? How could it? It's bound to come off. He's sprawled out as far as he can go. It's a tough play on Moreland. It started with a bobble over there by Sandoval.
Yeah, truthfully now, if they reverse the call and Castellanos is safe, that should be an error.
Yes.
On
that's what
Pablo
I think.
Sandoval.
So you can't really see if he pulled his foot, right, for sure. Obviously he ends up off the bag. He went all sprawled out as far as he could. I think he's off the bag.
I do too.
Yeah.
So the Tigers have chosen to challenge this play at first base.
Wow. Even right, the spike is coming in. It looks like the spike touches the bag barely, but the ball disappears in the glove.
But this is about the foot.
Yes, I think.
And whether Moreland's foot kept contact with first base. Again, a long look at it in New York at the replay command center.
Yeah, because it's not that easy. That's a tough play to call. Is he off the bag? Is his spike touching? I mean, really.
And the Red Sox hope that this is inconclusive.
Yes, that's what it is.
And the play would stand as out number 3 and the inning would be over. In the meantime, Brian Johnson still on top of the hill, just waiting for an answer. And they played it several times on the big board. And do they have an answer? They do finally, and he's out. And I think that's what it was. It was inconclusive.
I agree.
So both managers have lost their challenges early in the game. 3-0 Detroit. The ballpark at Fenway at the Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center, the first aid station. That's behind section 12 on the lower concourse. Visit bidmc.org. Last half of the fourth inning, Red Sox trying to get something started offensively against Jordan Zimmerman. Faced the Red Sox at the beginning of the season in Detroit on April 8th, and he picked up a 4-1 victory. Kind of grinded his way through 6 innings. There's a shot driven deep to right field. Martinez back all the way back, and it's gone. Marlins stinging a wicked line drive to get the Red Sox on the scoreboard.
I don't know if this ball was going to make it, but it did. Just carried just enough because he didn't hit this ball up high in the air.
Home run number 8.
You see this curveball down. He lifts it. Ball was going to be low. It's a ball, but he lifts this ball. He didn't sky it. We're wondering, did it have enough? Did it have enough? And Martinez, he just went right through the fence almost. Ran out of room. Looked like that Hunter play, right?
Torrey Hunter.
Yes.
Although he went
into the bullpen
and really got hurt.
We had a beat on it.
Here's Benintendi. Line shot over the leaping Kinsler for a base hit. Benintendi 1 for 2, and for every Red Sox home run this season, Speedway donates $500 to Boston Children's Hospital. And now through the end of July, use your Speedy Rewards card when you purchase any size fountain or frozen drink for 69 cents and get an entry code to win a VIP experience. Marlins spanking his 8th home run.
See that power at home. We've seen the power on the road. We haven't seen as much at home.
I was looking for Steve Horgan out there, the police officer, for a split second.
Really? I didn't think it had enough when he first hit it.
Yeah. Big Poppy's grand slam was also against Detroit.
But it was so important you held your breath on that one. Did it get out of here? You right?
I thought the most important single hit of that postseason.
Oh, please.
There's Steve.
That's historic now, is what it is.
His reaction in Red Sox history, quite historic. Hanley reached on an error by the third baseman first time up. Red Sox starting to come to life with the bats. A home run and a sharp single back to back against Zimmerman.
He's got to be careful with his fastball too. He hasn't got enough.
He's now allowed 17 home runs this season.
Slider, 2-0 slider he's looking at coming up.
And again, this is a pitcher that Hanley has feasted on. He's 10 for 27 with a home run against the right-hander from Wisconsin.
There it is.
2-1.
Got to be anxious. He wants to make something happen. 2-0. He's looking to get large.
Jackie Bradley to hit next. Red Sox trail 3-1 in the fourth.
I got to get this guy this inning.
Nobody out. Runner holds and popped up foul out of play.
Monday at 6:30. Don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live, presented to you by DCU. TC and Steve Lyons will be joined by Boston Red Sox President Sam Kennedy. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you?
Porcello trying to right his ship on the season and corral that sinker of his. Get back to the form that won him a Cy Young last year. 22 wins.
Well, you go from thinking our rotation, everything's going to be great. David Price comes back, and then all of a sudden Erod goes down. And Porcello, you think about it, he hasn't been himself. He really hasn't. Now you could talk all you want about it. They don't score him enough runs, but he hasn't really pitched well for the most part.
Last year he was automatic at Fenway Park. He just didn't lose here. Dive back in and safely Benintendi.
I don't know what he's worried about. I mean, I know he hasn't been thrown out yet. Has he been thrown out maybe once? But we're not going to run. I mean, he's got a decent lead. I'd be shocked if we ran.
And Benintendi caught once, 8 stolen bases. Two and two on Hanley. All filled up on him.
I mean, you got Hanley could swing and miss, you know, at any given time. He's the other guy you're going to run with. You know, at one game we had 4 double play balls, and the next thing you know, it's like, wait a minute, we've got to start, you know, start runners. Let's go. But you can't with a guy that's, you know, that swings like this. Run yourself right out of an inning.
Hanley Ramirez with a good eye. Here's the 3-2. Runner goes and he walks him. First 3 Red Sox have reached here in the 4th inning against Zimmerman.
This is it. This is the inning.
Let's go to Jemai.
A special night at Fenway Park, OB, as the Red Sox celebrating the 4th annual Pride Night. It's the flagship event of Pride Week, and it all started in 2013 when Jason Collins threw out the first pitch. He's the first openly gay athlete to come out while still playing professionally. And you see around the ballpark the rainbow flag and the commemorations of it. And the Red Sox, about 50 members of the front office staff and Wally the Green Monster taking part in the Pride Parade tomorrow. It starts at noon at Boylston, and it'll end at City Park Plaza.
Jemai, thank you very much. Here 3-1, Tigers on top, but the Red Sox threatening. Jackie Bradley, a strikeout victim in the second. He is 0 for 1, but it's Benintendi and Ramirez safely on and nobody out. Mitch Moreland with a home run in the inning.
Castellanos up on the grass, even with the bag. Jackie doesn't shoot the ball that way. I mean, you're thinking about, you don't want to get big here either. You kind of think about 3-run home run.
Love to see Jackie hit the ball the other way.
The 1-0 from Zimmerman. In there for a strike. Zimmerman was a 200 innings guy in Washington pretty much, but he has yet to pitch more than 6 innings in a start this season, and 4 times he's allowed 5 earned runs or more. That's over 11 starts. So,
well, he's only had 3 good starts. One of them was against the Red Sox, his first one.
You figure based on all that, it's a matter of time before the Red Sox would dig into him tonight. Maybe this is the inning. A home run, a base hit, and a walk. Suddenly he's in some trouble.
Off speed here.
1-2. Jackie, you go back over his last 22 games, and overall he's hitting in the 220s, but over his last 22 games he's hitting 274 with 17 RBIs.
Yeah, he started coming around. He did.
More like himself.
He's got hit some 3-run home runs recently.
The 1-2. He was with that pitch.
Yes, he was. You're not seeing anybody cutting down a stroke with 2 strikes here.
Hey, summer is just about here. Get your patio ready for entertaining by visiting Jordan's Furniture. Shop their large collection of quality outdoor furniture. Get up to 60 months, no interest, with equal payments and no minimum. Could be 90 on Monday. Summer just about here. It took its time.
It's just New England. It just comes.
Yeah, all at once. 1-2. Loop foul out of play.
Pretty good pitch there that he fouled off.
Benintendi at second base and Hanley Ramirez at first base. First test for Zimmerman since the first inning. Lefty's an issue for him. Pretty good battle here by JBJ. This will require at least 7 pitches.
Well, he's seen everything. And he saw that fastball in that he took. He called a strike on it, but I don't think it was a strike.
Takes a sign from McCann, and the 1-2. And a ground ball, base hit into left field. Benintendi rounding third. He's going to score. Hanley's trying for third, and a tag. He is going to be out at third base. Into second, Jackie Bradley. So Hanley Ramirez cut down. RBI single makes it 3-2.
Well, that's a beautiful thing there by Jackie. The fastball that he, if he tries to pull, he's in trouble. He just goes with it right there. Gets it by Iglesias. You know that Benintendi's going to score easy. That's a really aggressive play by Hanley, trying to get the third on that. I mean, he is a dead duck right here. That throw, he takes a bad throw, but that throw is perfect, just waiting for him. First out of the inning.
Red Sox do have the tying run down to second base, though, as Bradley picked up the extra base after his single, and the throw coming into third base. And here comes Sandy Leon. He's 0 for 1 with a fly to right. And 1 man out. Last half of the 4th inning, Red Sox have scored 2 times off Zimmerman. And really getting some good swings off him finally. Tigers up 3-2. And that miss outside for ball 1.
tell you what, he has a tough time with left-handed hitters. He hasn't got enough hump to get it inside to.
Leon looking to snap an 0 for 8. Good eye there to take that one and to count 2-0.
Boy, he's got to have that. He's got to have that. That was a paint with a changeup right on the corner.
Leon doing good work with men in scoring position. 333. Bradley the tying run with one away. He takes ball 3.
There he goes trying to throw his fastball a little careful with it. 2-0, you know you can't get too carried away with it.
Sandy Leon's only played in 9 games in his career against the Tigers, but seems to like him. He's hitting .313 with a home run against Detroit. As the count his way, 3-0. One man gone. Taking all the way.
As hard as he's thrown the ball, 3-0 right there.
No activity in their bullpen. Sandoval on deck.
See if he gets another fastball here. See, he didn't want to challenge him.
Slider in tight to walk him. So 5 consecutive Red Sox have reached base against Zimmerman. And Rich Doobie, their pitching coach, heading out there. Well, boys and girls ages 5 to 13 can enjoy Red Sox baseball camps this summer. Campers receive 4 days of first-class baseball instruction, a full Red Sox uniform, and a special Fenway Park visit. Camps are available in Providence and throughout the Boston area. Visit redsox.com/camps for more information. So Zimmerman had been cruising along the previous couple of innings, but not here in the 4th. A home run to lead it off by Moreland. That appears to have shaken up Zimmerman. Then Benintendi lacing a single. Didn't want much to do with Hanley Ramirez. He walked Hanley. Jackie Bradley singled into left center field to drive in a run. And now Sandy Leon is taking ball 4.
Well, he's there for the taking. He is there for the taking. He'll let you. He's afraid to challenge anybody.
Sandoval 0 for 1. He's grounded to second. He has 2 men out there with 1 away. Hot shot. Knocked down by Kinsler. Gets the out there on the first and a double play.
Whoa.
So he gets out of further damage, even though Sandoval hit a rocket, but he hit it right at Kinsler to turn 2, a 1-run game. Technologies donates $50 to the Sean Thornton Foundation, helping find a cure for Parkinson's disease and pediatric cancer. Echo Store Technologies, your data center solutions provider. Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien with us. We go to the 5th inning. Moreland with a home run to get the Red Sox started. They add another and pulled within one of the Tigers.
I don't like this right here.
Cabrera, and that's been said of him before by a pitcher.
Yeah, this guy scares me to death, but you've seen what he's done to him. It's amazing. He's got him punch out the first time.
And a comebacker that Johnson gets on the backhand. And he's gotten him 3 times tonight.
Oh, I'll tell you what, that's playing with fire right here. I'm telling you. Short leash to begin with. He gets the ball down, right back at him. I think Pedroia might have caught it anyway if it got by him. But, you know, here's a short leash. He's thrown, what, over 90 pitches, 101 to start the 5th. And you're letting him go. You got Henry out there. Why? I mean, you know, if Cabrera hit a rocket there, I would have went off.
Victor Martinez can certainly do that. He has singled and scored and taken ball 4. Victor remains an outstanding hitter. And takes a pitch outside.
I mean, isn't there a short leash here? I mean, if somebody gets a hit, he's gone, right?
I would think.
I mean, wouldn't you think? I mean,
bit of a different start than the last time out for Johnson. Certainly, he's allowed 3 runs, 7 hits. He's coughed up 2 home runs.
well, I'm hoping he gets 1, 2, 3. It'd be a beautiful thing, but 100 pitches, you're trying to get another out, another whatever.
The 2-1. And that's a little chopper to third base. Softly hit. Sandoval will charge it. Took a long time to get rid of it. It's off the glove of Moreland and rolls away. And Martinez is going to be safe at first base.
Did Moreland miss that ball?
It was a strange play, wasn't it?
What you had all day, and Sandoval knew he had all day to throw out Victor because he can't run a lick. And what happened on this play? He just, I guess he just couldn't get there. Bad throw off his glove. I thought that was just going to be an easy out. He had time, kind of pulled the throw a little bit, and
now they call it a base hit, but that's a poor throw.
there you go. He's out of the game. I don't get it.
So Martinez on with what they call a single, and it'll be Hembree coming on. That is the end of the night for Brian Johnson, who winds up going 4 1/3 in this one. And we'll be back with more in a moment. Studio show presented by GMC with Casey and Adam. So Johnson lifted here in the 5th inning after the infield single. That's the official ruling on that play.
What a way to leave the game on a little dribbler. Looked like a fairly easy play for Sandoval. Couldn't make it.
So Victor Martinez safe at first base. Hembree on to pitch against J.D. Martinez, who went 2 for 2 against Brian Johnson. And 3-2 Detroit in the 5th, and fouled away for strike 1.
And a good swing at that fastball. Hembree in this game early. 5th inning. You don't see that often.
Yeah, unless it's postseason play, and Terry Francona bringing his closer in the 5th inning.
Right.
Martinez has been slamming the ball since he came off the DL in the middle of May. 10 home runs in 25 games, including a grand slam. Shot to left center field. That one into the alley. No one will catch this. To the warning track near the 379 mark. Victor Martinez with no speed is into third base and stopping there, but J.D. Martinez is 3 for 3.
Oh my goodness, you're lucky that he just keeps this ball in the ballpark, hits the gap. Didn't lift this ball because he smoked it. This ball is middle, and he just launches it but doesn't get it up in the air. You know it's going to be an easy double, little one hop there, and they are so lucky Victor Martinez is on the bases because anybody would have scored on this ball, but not Victor. He's at third, so second and third, one out.
J.D. Martinez with a double, 2 singles. Runners at second and third now for Justin Upton, who has singled in a run and grounded out. And here come the Tigers again. And they already have 9 hits tonight, including a pair of home runs. And a pop-up. Moreland and Pedroia going out. Here comes Betts, and Mookie wants it. He had the angle on it. Runners have to hold at second and third.
Well, I tell you, those hitters get so anxious when they're up there with guys in running scoring position.
So 2 down. And one of the 2 home runs hit by this guy, Mikey Mahtook. He's also flied out to right. Right now, 3-2 game. Red Sox down a run in the top of the 5th. And Hembree looking to hold. Gently hit. Bogarts with it. Fires. Close. Got him on a bang-bang play to get out of the inning. Just nipped at the tape. Xander Bogarts.
They've lost their challenge.
And the Red Sox bullpen able to get out of that inning despite second and third on that final play. But take a look at this.
I thought he was safe, but in the naked eye, he was safe.
So the reason that he was out, well, the umpire ruled him out, and there was no review on the plays because the Tigers have earlier lost their challenge.
And that's when it gets you. If you go too early with the challenge, it could burn you, and it burnt them.
We were talking about John Farrell challenging on a play at second base in the very first inning.
It cost him a run.
And you got to maintain that challenge anytime you can.
That's the game. If you think about it, the inning goes on. They already got a run from third.
At this point, it can really do damage.
Right.
So that certainly would have been overturned if Ausmus still had a challenge. But he was out of them. So 3-2 Detroit as we go to the bottom half of the fifth inning. Mookie Betts to lead it off. A walk, a ground out to short for Mookie. And another one of the Red Sox who needs to start swinging the bat he's capable of swinging. Down to 258 at the moment.
Boy, they had him. They had him last inning. Sandoval hit a bullet double play ball. I mean, we had him last inning. By the skin of his teeth, he got out of that inning.
Home run, single, walk, single, walk. The first 5 men got on base against Zimmerman. He was on the ropes. Then the double play by Pablo Sandoval. It's a bullet, but foul.
I started thinking about Zimmerman, all the money they gave Zimmerman. Whatever happened, you see this play.
By the ball attendant.
Nicely done. Saved somebody in the stands.
One, two.
I see Zimmerman on the mound. They give him, I don't know how much they gave him, a lot of money. And it brings me to think about Scherzer. Scherzer was the guy that they offered him a ton of money, remember? And he turned it down. He turned down like about 150 beans.
Yep.
How do you do that? That is, and he, ends up making 2-something.
Jam shot foul.
I couldn't do it. Could you turn down that kind of money? Because you one throw from throwing it out.
I don't
that's
know.
hard.
You've got to have
confidence,
a ridiculous level of confidence.
Totally.
And you have to be listening to someone or several people who believe this isn't good enough.
Right.
Something else awaits on the other side of the rainbow that's even better than this. Lunging pop up, but foul out of play by Mookie Betts.
Because he didn't know at the time where he was going to go, and Detroit wasn't good enough for him. I mean, they had a lot of success there, and that's when Dombrowski was there, right? He offered him that money to stay.
Correct.
So it wasn't his fault he couldn't keep him there. What else are you supposed to do?
So Scherzer winds up with Washington, who's had a great career so far. Hard hit, but foul. Past the diving Castellanos. Very close to that line.
That's got to be really close. What is this? Whoa, that is so close. It went over the bag. It landed foul, obviously, but where did it go over the bag?
Well, of course, it can go over the bag.
Right.
And land in foul ground, be a fair ball.
Fair.
He's in a great spot. Bill Welke, good umpire. And a 2-2. Line shot toward the gap. That's going to drop down. It's deep out there. Betts is going to take the turn as the throw comes into second base. He has a single.
Oh, look at this slider that he gets to. I mean, this is special right here. Look at this ball. This slider is down and away. He goes down there and look at that. Flicks it. That is hitting right there. That is a beautiful thing. I don't know what that is.
Mookie 1 for 2. The kids love it, though. Doesn't matter what it is. The kids love it.
I guess.
Dustin Pedroia back in the lineup tonight after the sprained wrist cost him 9 games. He's 0 for 2. He has popped to second, grounded to short. Red Sox with a base runner with nobody out in the fifth, trailing by 1. And a dive back in.
Boy, he had him leaning the other way, trying to get a little farther out there, and he caught him right in the middle of trying to move another step. Watch him try. Oh, and see you get back here. You know, they started Benintendi on a 3-2 pitch with Hanley up there. I was kind of surprised, but in a 3-2 game here, he could run.
Well, before he injured that wrist, Pedroia in his previous 28 games was hitting .324.
The guy's missed what 10 days, and then he comes right straight into the lineup. It's not an easy thing to do with the timing and all, but he's got that compact swing, so it doesn't take him long.
Bogart's waiting on deck, and a big swing and a foul back by Pedroia.
So much for that compact swing.
Came out of his shoes there, that one.
Leaving earth there. He got a fastball, and he was trying to work on it. They're sizing this guy up. They really are. A lot of good swings off of him.
Yeah, particularly the last 2 innings.
Yes.
Here's the 0-2. They set up inside. And a ground ball to Iglesias. Kinsler one on the first double play. So last 2 innings the Red Sox have hit into a double play. And Iglesias right in the middle of it.
And that's what you're trying to stay away from. You're thinking that at some point he might try to run there, but this is a tailor-made double play ball. Iglesias flicks this ball. Look at that. Makes it look so easy. Kinsler turns it. 2 innings in a row, like you said. Zimmerman's living in the branches right now.
Xander 1 for 2 with a base hit. Hit the ball pretty well on the road trip. He went 11 for 35. Red Sox split the 10 games. Although after beating the Yankees in game 1 and bearing down on first place, it was looking like a very good trip at that point. They go 5-5 on a 10-game trip. You'll take that. The Red Sox know in their heart of hearts that it could have been a really outstanding trip.
But you saw the numbers. The batting average on that trip was what, like 220?
Yeah.
And how did they win 5 games when you hit 220?
The last 2 games, I think, really buried them because they did not hit in New York against the Yankees. 0-2 and a pop up to right field. Martinez was deep. He has a long run in, but he's there to retire the side. So that'll do it through 5. 3-2 Detroit. Eastern Bank. Join us for good. Heck, that is what they call a strawberry moon.
It's pretty.
It is. All lit up tonight over Fenway. The Tigers lead at 3-2. We go to the top half of the 6th inning. James McCann will lead it off. He's their number 8 hitter. Tigers with a pair of home runs. Sox have one off the bat of Mitch Moreland. Detroit with 9 hits. Boston with 5. Iglesias on deck. And you have to wonder if the Red Sox offensively continue to scuffle and be inconsistent. And again, scored only 1 run the last 2 games at Yankee Stadium and scored a total of 6 runs in that series. If the Red Sox are on the lookout right now for another bat, who might that be? That, of course, is up to Dave Dombrowski and his staff.
And, you know, when you say another bat, let's just say it, then you need a third baseman with a bat.
It's the position that you would appear to be looking at. The 1-1 on the way, if it goes that way.
And so you start, all these guys' names have been thrown around. Frazier, I don't want any part of that. The guy from Kansas City.
Mike Moustakas.
Yeah, that's the guy. I'm just throwing stuff out there, but that he's playing out. He's going to be a free agent at the end of the year, so he's got something he's hungry for.
1-2. Did he hold up? Doesn't matter. It's in there for strike 3 anyway. So McCann will take a seat. He's going to argue this one with Fairchild. Fans, you can help NESN by taking a quick 2-minute survey and enter for a chance to win a VIP experience at the ballpark. Visit NESN.com/survey during tonight's game for your chance to win. Part of the VIP experience is a vacation with Dennis Eckersley. So I made that up. That's not accurate, but you may get to meet him.
It's getting worse, man, every time you do it.
That's something else on. 1 man out. Yeah, it's just food for thought. We love taking a look at stuff like this. But Mike Moustakas with Kansas City, you mentioned him. 15 home runs.
Yeah, he's having a good year. He's hungry, man. He's on a mission.
Iglesias with a base hit last time up. He's also flied to right.
You see Fairchild behind the plate, the umpire. He's not demonstrative like we were talking about Hallion the other night, right? The strike 3 he called on McCann, he never even knew he called strike 3.
Different styles of umpires.
I mean, you don't want anybody to ring you up, though. That's not cool.
Fouled away. I really like the vocal ones. You know,
yeah,
the guys who really.
I do.
You don't have to go, physically, out of your shoes to ring a guy up, but let everybody know. Let everybody hear you.
It's Jim Joyce. He retired. He was the guy with the wounded calf, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. See, I was a big Jim Joyce fan.
Yeah.
He's also an excellent umpire. Very famously blew a call at first base, of course, in a game involving the Detroit Tigers.
Right. That poor guy. Was that right-handed pitcher? Wasn't it a big, tall guy? Should know his name.
Was it Galarraga?
Yes, very good.
Yeah.
I should know that.
Play at first base. Now that was a perfect game, wasn't it?
Yes, I think.
So he coughed up a perfect game for him, and poor Jim Joyce, you felt terrible for him. Fouled away in a big rip by Iglesias.
Well, he felt terrible himself, right? He got all emotional about it.
The next day, he was in tears at home plate, and Galarraga came up to him and embraced him and said, hey, I forgive you. Tough call.
Yeah.
But an awful moment for an umpire, because as good as he is, he's going to be remembered for that. You're talking about a chance to make history. That was the last play of the game, supposedly.
Yeah.
It was going to be the last out.
You got to anticipate.
Line to right field, but foul.
Iglesias, boy, he's just trying to dart that ball the other way. It's a tough little out. He gets out of the box. We were talking before. He gets out of the box. When he hits it, he's gone. And you don't see a lot of right-handed hitters get out of the box.
he got all those cheap hits when he hit here that year, wasn't it? I guess 2013 he started off the year hitting like 450 for a month.
They did. Red Sox saw him in the postseason that year, of course, 2013. Sox winning the ALCS in 6 games.
Didn't he have shin problems there that one year? He missed a long time, right?
Lost an entire season.
Right.
Three and 2. And the payoff from Hembree.
It's a good pitch, too. He's fouling off like that. Driving me crazy if I threw a pitch like that, and he's still standing there.
Kinsler on deck. His last at bat, he had a high, deep drive to center. Jackie Bradley made a really fine play on. (3-2) Detroit here in the 6th. Brian Johnson getting another start, just back up from the minor leagues. He went 4 1/3. Gave up the 3 runs.
The breaking ball. Slider.
Up the middle, Bogarts behind a bag, sliding stab, but not going to get him.
Going to eat that.
Be a base hit for Iglesias. He's 2 for 3.
That was a great at bat by Iglesias.
We talked about Jackie Bradley on that really nice running catch on Kinsler last time.
This could have been damaged big time. Kinsler smokes this ball to center field. You thought Jackie's going to run out of room, but he does not. He kind of casually makes this play. No big deal for him. He throws the ball all the way back to first base. Not in time, but good attempt.
So on the night, Kinsler is 0 for 3. 3 times in the air.
See the Tigers with 10 hits. They got gypped last inning. That could have been a big inning for them. You never know. It would have been at least 1 run if they overturned that call.
And they had runners at second and third when Mahtook was called out at first base to retire the side. But would have been safe if they were able to review the play, but because the Tiger manager Brad Ausmus had burned his challenge earlier, they didn't have any left, and it went unchallenged. And that was the end of the inning.
I've never, we don't see that often where it comes back and costs them right away.
One down. Trying to bunt his way on, and he fouls it at the plate. Came up to hit him, but he was in the box, says Chad Fairchild.
I challenge Sandoval too. Not a bad idea right here. Fastball. This ball going to hit the ground, come right back up, but he's still there. He's not. You got to be out of the batter's box to be called out if the ball hits you.
Castellanos on deck. Tight one here at Fenway. Red Sox back in town for 5. 1-1. Kinsler so far with only 4 home runs. Like a lot of other guys in his Tiger lineup, though, he is a home run threat. One and one on Ian Kinsler with a runner at first. Runner holds.
The fastball's getting away from him the last couple of throws. Hump up a little bit, ball gets out of the zone.
Sox right now at 17-10 at home at Fenway. 15-17 on the road after the 2 losses in the Bronx, and that'll be in for a strike. 2-2. 3 behind New York. Baltimore 3.5 out. Toronto has played so much better last 5 or 6 weeks.
Yeah, they're not going away. They're back in this thing.
They're on the West Coast facing Seattle tonight. There's a swing and a high fly to center. Routine play for Jackie Bradley. And they're 2 down.
You see what Castellanos has done this evening. The first time up, he absolutely hit a bomb over the bullpen. That was frightening from the get-go off of Brian Johnson for a 1-0 lead. And you know, the next time up, you know, he's thinking the same thing the other way. Hits the ball pretty hard, pretty square. He runs it down, bets. Meanwhile, this is the play of the game when you think about it. Ball off of, doesn't seem like it at the time, but this is when they burnt their chance at having to make a call later on in the game.
So Castellanos 1 for 3, 2 down. Iglesias still glued to first base. Boy, did he miss that one by a mile.
He doesn't care. He's trying to launch. Look at this. This is ball down in the dirt, and he's just leaving. One of these guys have bad backs.
Tigers up by 1, 3-2 in the 6th. And a 1-strike pitch to Castellanos. Foul away. You can upgrade your day with DD Perks. Earn a free beverage when you enroll and speed past the line with on-the-go ordering. DD Perks, everyone deserves an upgrade. Download the Dunkin' app today. Speeding past the line may not be possible at all locations.
Hembry's working hard to get out of this inning. He had a tough at bat against Iglesias. A bunch of pitches, a lot of good pitches he fouled off. Got Kinsler. You don't want to face the next guy. Been saying that all night, but he's made 3 outs. Cabrera on deck.
You do not want to face him with a couple of men on base, that's for sure. High and tight, 1-2.
Wasted fastballs. We see so many wasted fastballs. Change their eye level. How many times you heard that?
Was that a phrase when you were pitching?
No.
Change the eye level?
No. Unless I didn't know what was happening. Good chance of that.
Glad you said it. Yeah. 2 down in the 1-2. Yes. Hayes struck him out. Well, a couple of those he missed by about a foot. And Hembry gets him. 1 man left. by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Hall of Famer Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien with you. Bottom of the 6th inning. Red Sox will bring up Moreland, who's homered, then Benintendi and Ramirez. Very pleasant night here. Temperatures in the low 70s, very clear skies. One thing you have to say about Zimmerman, he came in with a .598 earned run average, but he's now pitching into the 6th inning. He's allowed only 2 runs. He's already beaten the Red Sox once this season. He was in Detroit on April 8th. He gave up 4 hits. High fly ball to left center field. Mahtook all the way back, turning around, and that ball is off the padded wall and into second base. Moreland with a double. He narrowly missed a home run.
I wonder how far that ball was off the wall, because Mahtook just sort of gave up on this ball. Got to see where it hits. Yeah, it's about halfway up at least. Good read by him just to keep it to a double, although there's no way he was going to get 3 out of that. But Moreland swinging the bat good against Zimmerman.
17 doubles now for Mitch into scoring position here to lead off the 6th inning for Benintendi.
He has a hard time with left-handed hitters. They've got to get him. Thought they would have gotten him a couple innings ago.
Benintendi 1 for 2 with a base hit. Flirting with a bunt. He takes a strike. Gene Lamont, the longtime coach, working the phone. The bullpen is beginning to move around a little bit.
He wasn't trying to bunt. That was just an act, wasn't it?
The bluff.
Better be.
0-2.
Monday at 6 o'clock. Don't miss Red Sox first pitch, presented by Joseph Abboud, available at Men's Warehouse. TC and Steve Lyons will preview Major League Baseball's first-year player draft. The Red Sox have the 24th overall pick in the first round.
Tigers have a lefty beginning to warm up in their bullpen. 0-2, hammered foul.
Boy, he had his pitch the last pitch before this one. A little late on it.
Tigers here through the weekend, and the Phillies in town Monday, Tuesday. Then the Red Sox go to Philadelphia the next 2 games after that to play the Phillies. They have a very nice ballpark there in Philadelphia. Moreland at second. Check swing. Here comes Castellanos. The runner will advance. The throw is going to get him, but it looked like he beat it. And down to third base is Moreland.
We've lost ours too, right? We can't challenge you. This is another. How many close plays are you going to have in one night? He's out.
Bang, bang play. Here's another angle.
You can't see that one.
He may have gotten him.
I think he got him, but we'll never know.
And both teams have lost their ability to review a play. Now come the 8th inning, they can review if the crew chief wants to do it.
This is how you get burned. You don't see that very often. Both teams losing their challenge. How many close plays can you have?
And Ramirez with an opportunity with the infield in now to make an out and tie up this ball game with a man at third base. He's gone 0 for 1 with a walk.
They're not all the way back. That contact play, we can go on and on about a contact play whether you like it or not.
In for a called strike.
Because he's not fleet of foot over there, Moreland. If it's sharply hit like Iglesias, he's going home.
1-1 from Zimmerman. Left it low. The left-hander is Daniel Stump. Joe Kelly in the Red Sox pen. 3-2 Detroit, 6th inning. Very methodical pace to this one. But the Red Sox have been trying to come from behind all night. Crack bat, runner will hold, up with it Iglesias. And got him, so no advance of the runner. And now there are 2 down.
You know, no contact because he can't run. If somebody could run, that was a weakly hit ground ball to short. Contact play would have worked. But once again, he can't run a lick, so there's no chance. Probably smart you don't have contact on there.
Jackie Bradley will try and pick up this run. He does have an RBI tonight with a single in the 4th inning. 1 for 2. Inning got off to a very nice start with the wall ball double by Moreland, but ground outs by the next 2 batters leave it up to Bradley. And Jackie will take strike 1.
Wow. He called 2 pitches like that on him his first time up.
Well, this looked like it actually caught a lot of the plate.
It did, but maybe it's the angle. We're over the left shoulder or something.
0-1. That had some life at 93.
Yeah, that's one of the best pitches he's thrown velocity-wise, and it's in the right spot too.
He was at 92 pitches. That's exactly how many pitches he threw over 6 innings to beat the Red Sox on April 8th.
Well, he wants to duplicate that pitch again, but that's a scary pitch if you don't make it.
Popped him up, but that'll twist foul and out of play. Jackie trying to drive in his 2nd run. Again, 11 RBIs for him on the road trip. That went a little bit under the radar. Hit 2 home runs.
He had a 3-run shot late in that game, and they had already gone behind so much in Baltimore. Made a 7-2 game a 7-5 game, I think.
Yeah, a little bit of a heartbeat at that point, but Sox would lose that game. And the 0-2. Oh, down he goes swinging. Strike 3. Frustrating inning. Moreland stranded at 3rd. Poll question: should Major League Baseball institute an automatic strike zone? Eck is not in favor of the concept.
No.
But how about you guys? Well, it's dead even.
Go either way, man.
And a lot of votes on this tonight, by the way. So 50-50. That's pretty interesting. I don't know. I'm not for it.
I bet you if you did a survey of all major league players, I think it would be widely say no.
Yeah. Yeah, they're 50% on that. I think they fill it up tonight, but it'll be fascinating to see if that's talked about. I keep hearing that, come the next collective bargaining agreement, they're going to push hard for the 20-second pitcher clock at the big league level, which is used in the minor leagues.
Well, that's cool. I mean, I'm okay with that.
Joe Kelly out of the bullpen, where he's been awfully good, made a career best 13 consecutive scoreless appearances since May 1st. He gets Miguel Cabrera right away, went for the downs and missed it.
It's the first time he's ever faced Cabrera.
3-2 Detroit on to the 7th. Cabrera has whiffed twice and grounded to the pitcher, so he hasn't hit anything out of the infield yet. And truly one of the great hitters of his generation.
Absolutely.
If not the best.
Yes.
Two-time most valuable player. One of the things I always admired about him, I'll bet you do too, is that ability, that capacity to go to right field.
Yeah.
Take his base hits to right.
He's hit a ton of home runs out there too, but that's how you hit like he does. Lifetime, what, 320?
Got jammed there, 0-2.
You talk about Pujols too being one of the greatest right-handed hitters, but you see slowly but surely his average has gone down. This guy's average hasn't gone down. This year it has, but lifetime 320.
He's having a tough year, but still a .381 on base percentage.
You watch Kelly, he's got this little hesitation. I don't know when he started it. Maybe it's been there for a while. I haven't seen it, but there's a pause that he does when he comes up, just a little bit. A little hesitation, 100-mile-an-hour gas.
He's thrown the highest velocity fastball in the major leagues this season. That came against Judge the other night, and a big swing and a miss on a 97-mile-an-hour heater. Down he goes for the third time.
And just as I say this, he quick pitches him, didn't he? Look at this. He didn't pause at all. He just went and gone. Trick master, huh? You got 100-mile-an-hour gas and you're quick pitching guys. What is that?
That sends up Victor Martinez, who's been on base 3 times, 2 singles and a walk.
That's exactly what it is. He's trying to fake pump everybody. I'll hesitate this time and I'll go at you the next. See, there it is. A little hesitation.
Breaking ball.
Yeah.
Came with a curve ball and fouled away strike 1.
He's the trickster out there.
In the Tiger bullpen, that's Shane Green, the right-hander. Nobody warming up right now in the Red Sox bullpen with Kelly on the bump. Red Sox down by a run in game 1. Back-to-back curveballs there.
I always thought, as far as quick pitching, I never thought it was cool. I thought it was not cool. It's like they'd get angry, like it's not right. But talk about Cueto, what Cueto does. I mean, like Tiant, that sort of thing. And
oh yeah.
It's a given now. Nobody gets upset about it. I always thought that they wouldn't like that.
The 1-1. To me, the fascinating thing watching you pitch over the years is, did you really care if they got upset with you?
No. But I don't know. I'm just talking out of school here, thinking. I always thought, because there's a pitcher we had on our team years ago that did it. He came in. I said, "Man, what are you doing, man? They don't like that." I think he did it to Kirby Puckett. The guy's name's Jim Corson. He played 1 year here.
Yeah, I remember Jim.
Remember Jim?
Sure. Right-hander.
Yeah, and he did it to Kirby Puckett. I said, "Man, how could you do that?"
Especially to Kirby Puckett.
Yeah, you can't be doing. You're trying to trick him.
You don't trick Kirby
But
Puckett.
I guess you do whatever you can to get somebody out. I get that too. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't have the windup to do that anyway.
The 2-2 to Martinez. Fouled it off himself there. On deck, J.D. Martinez.
Check it out. Check this out. And then, and he just airs it out. That wasn't a fastball, that throw.
I see Kelly come into the game these days, and you're disappointed when he's not throwing 101. 97, 98's good enough. When you get Miguel Cabrera.
There he goes. Quick pitch. The trickster.
He's gone to 3-2.
Do you have to do that, I wonder? I don't know. I mean,
well, you know, it shows a creative side.
Very.
To Joe Kelly. Little deception.
Some gas for you right here. 3-2 heat.
That's 100 miles an hour.
It's a bean. Last time who did he punch out? Judge, and he stuck his tongue out, didn't he? The slider.
Because he went with that breaking ball, yeah. That was a great at bat. That was a great sequence, and that one Red Sox victory of the 3 in New York. And so much of that was because of the Sox bullpen. Boston trailing the Yankees by 3 games in second place. Here's the 3-2 again to Victor Martinez. And he left it down low, ball 4. So Martinez up in that on base percentage on for the 4th time tonight. Fans, time for us to toss it back to TC. It's our game break brought to you by Jordan's. Tom, thank you so much. J.D. Martinez will climb in, and he's had a perfect night. 2 singles and a double. So this part of the order, Victor and J.D. Martinez, I mean, combined they have not made an out. And Miguel Cabrera has struck out 3 times and tapped back to the pitcher.
Yeah, go figure. This guy has been hot since he's come back. Careful here.
Cross for a strike on a breaking ball.
Beautiful back-to-back hooks. You know he's got to throw that high gas. Change his eye level.
One of your favorite phrases.
Yes. Fastball up. Hard as you can.
0-2. And he got him at 99.
There you go.
He strikes out his second man here in the 7th.
Couple of hooks and some gas, and you just sit down. This ball is by you. What is this one? He's got, yep, that's a quick one. You have success with it. He's not going to change. We're going to see this the rest of the year. He may have been doing it before that, but I wasn't paying attention.
Well, here's Justin Upton. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI single. And drops in strike 1 at 100 miles an hour. Victor Martinez on at first base. 1-run game in the 7th. And the 0-1.
When you throw that hard, it's really hard to try to dot the outside corner. It really is. You've got to be so on time. I mean, it's easy to throw it up hard, just up high out of the zone. But you try to make a pitch with it, it's hard to do.
Did good command of his breaking stuff. Fastball there up the middle. Bogart's into center field. Quick toss to Pedroia for the force to retire the side. One man left. Red Sox down a run as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Pride Night at Fenway Park on NESN is presented by Eastern Bank. Join us for good. Bottom 7, 3-2 Detroit. They have 10 hits. Red Sox have 6. Been a good night for Mitch Moreland with a home run and a double. Jackie Bradley has an RBI single. He's also made an outstanding catch in center field. Well, the Red Sox need a little more offense. However, the night is over for Zimmerman. Jordan Zimmerman, the starter, went the first 6 innings. And he can win it, giving way to Green, who's been very tough.
Green fastball slider up to 95 with his slider. Had a great year for them so far. They're not known for their bullpen. They've had trouble so many times over the years. There's so much trouble in their bullpen.
Sandy Leon has flied out to take a ball 4. Sandy trying to get going with the bat. Average down to 216. Sandoval next, and then Mookie Betts. And a high pop. Short left. Iglesias racing out. Upton there to grab the first one.
Tomorrow morning on Dining Playbook, Billy and Jenny travel to Brick and Ash in Newburyport to get a taste of comfort food with a barbecue flair. Plus find 3 places to go for before, during, and after the game. Catch it all tomorrow morning at 9 on Dining Playbook, driven by your New England Chevy dealers.
You've been there, have you not?
Ash, that place you're talking about? No, I should be because I live close to there.
That's what I was saying. We're going to take you there tomorrow.
I'll check it out.
Matt Barnes working in the bullpen for the Red Sox, brings up Sandoval, hit into a double play and grounded out to second. Pablo at 209 with 4 home runs. Red Sox been held to 6 hits. And Green with a 1-0. Fans, be sure to stop by Plain Ridge Park Casino. Plain Ridge Park Casino is 45 minutes from Boston.
You see Verlander up there not having a great year for him, huh? The big high ERA.
He'll be activated for tomorrow, coming off a groin injury. And up against Chris Sale at 7:15. Chris 7-2 at 2.89 earned run average.
Sale, here he comes, man. Punching out people just to stay in shape.
One down, base is empty, and Green with a 2-1 to Sandoval.
Featuring a lot of off-speed stuff. Back door to Pablo.
Mookie Betts on deck. Here's the 2-2. Lashed foul.
Boy, he beat him on that 96. After all the soft stuff, that looks like serious gas.
Brian Johnson got the start for the Red Sox tonight. Coming off that complete game shutout. Tonight he went 4 1/3. Responsible for 3 runs. At the moment, he is the pitcher of record.
Feel fortunate they only got, you held him to 3, really.
And the 2-2 on the way. Take there to make it 3 balls, 2 strikes, 95-mile-an-hour pitch.
Tough thing to do coming up right here. You can walk Sandoval. It's hard to do.
(3-2) to Pablo. Tired of waiting in line to enter Fenway Park? With the MLB.com ballpark app, you can use the electronic ticket feature to enter through the mobile ticket fast lane. Stop waiting and download the ballpark app today. Sandoval with only 6 walks so far this season.
Staying alive. Late on his fastball. Watching the other game, Joey Votto got 2 strikes on him. I was watching a Cincinnati game. He chokes up like unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. You never see guys do that.
For a slugger too.
Yes.
He's got a great eye.
Oh my goodness.
He'll take a walk. 3-2 coming. And struck him out. Down goes Sandoval. He's 0 for 3.
Pretty good at bat there by Sandoval, fouling off pitches. Finally got him on a slider, off-speed slider, kind of caught him in between. Swung underneath, kind of a funky swing, but tip your hat a little bit there. The pitcher made a pretty good pitch.
2 up, 2 down. The Red Sox 7th inning brings up Mookie Betts, whose walk rounded a short single. On the edge, according to Chad Fairchild, but did not look like a strike.
That thing broke like 2 feet.
Mookie Betts rarely, if ever, complains about a ball or a strike call. Balls and strikes, not something you ever see him turn around on. Ooh. Barely on the corner. 0-2.
You don't mess around inside here with any gas.
2 down, and the Red Sox trailing by 1 run in the 7th. Keeping it away from him there. 1 ball, 2 strikes with that slider. Sox trying to snap a 2-game skid. They get Dustin Pedroia back tonight. So far he is without a hit. And a 1-2. Again down and away.
Well, he's seen it good. He really is.
Red Sox have hit into a pair of double plays tonight and have now done that 65 times this season. They are tied with Atlanta for hitting into the most double plays in the majors.
Does that mean you have a lot of base runners or what?
It's a lot of base runners. Line drive into the corner. Keeps on bouncing all the way up against the monster. Betts digging for second base. An easy double here with 2 down in the 7th. And he's on base for the 3rd time tonight.
Boy, did he go to work on that fastball inside. He is always ready for a fastball. You cannot trick him with a fastball. This ball is middle, but he just yanks this ball down the line. Great at bat, you know, taking those sliders down and away. Obviously seeing the ball so well. Easy double for him.
Also walked and singled tonight, so he's on again. And now Pedroia looking to pick him up. Pedroia has popped up, grounded out, hit into a double play that went 6-4-3. Red Sox needing a run to tie in the 7th. Alex Wilson throws in the bullpen for the Tigers. Xander Bogaerts on deck. There are 2 down. Pedroia looking to pick up his 22nd RBI. The Red Sox now 7 hits. Detroit has 10. Betts at second. And Green with a 1-0 to Pedroia. He fires it in there.
Center cut.
And the 1-1 pitch to the Sox second baseman. That is a strike. Back to the 95-mile-an-hour two-seamer.
Well, you'd think that Pedroia would go to work on one of those last 2 pitches.
Just a bit of a breeze here. We had dead calm earlier tonight at Fenway. This big crowd would like a little bit of offensive life. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. And a weak ground ball to Iglesias. Will dig it out and get him to retire the side. So nothing comes with a double by Mookie Betts. It's 3-2 Detroit. Is brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Franklin Sports, the official batting glove of Major League Baseball. Subaru Retailers of New England, all-wheel drive vehicles for summer travels. McDonald's, any McCafe bakery muffin with any size hot or iced coffee, just $1.99. Plainridge Park Casino, 45 minutes from Boston. And by Sullivan Tire and Complete Auto Service. Fenway on a Friday night, 3-2 Detroit as we go to the 8th inning. Matt Barnes makes an appearance out of the bullpen now. He becomes the third relief pitcher used by John Farrell. And Alex Presley is going to pinch hit for Mikey Mahtook. So they bring up the left-handed bat to counter Barnes. Sandoval in close at third against the bunt. So getting into the late stages. Sox have had a couple of chances in the last couple of innings. Zach, leadoff double by Moreland in the 6th. Couldn't get him in. A double by Mookie Betts in the bottom of the 7th. Couldn't get him in.
And a couple of double play balls along the way too. One that stands out is Sandoval's double play. Still, they had him on the ropes, Mr. Zimmerman.
McCann, the catcher, on deck, and then Iglesias here in the 8th. And the 2-0. Time now for our tools of the trade, presented by DeWalt FlexVolt.
You see, Mahtook is going to get a high fastball, and he just loses his ball to dead center field. Never seen him hit a ball that way before. All the time he was with Tampa.
DeWalt FlexVolt, the official power tool of the Boston Red Sox. And 2-2 on Presley. Game 2 tomorrow night. Chris Sale against Justin Verlander. Well, that has a rather magical ring to it.
Yes, it does. I'm sure they faced each other a few times, right? Well, earlier in the year they did. Verlander won that game. That opening series in Detroit.
Sale has won each of his last 6 decisions, still leading the majors in strikeouts with 119. A wave and a miss, and down he goes. So Barnes gets his first man. Look at tomorrow's starting pitchers, brought to you by Eastern Bank. Join us for good. The matchup, Verlander against Sale. Chris Sale 7-2. Look at that career against the Tigers, 8-8, a 3.01 ERA. And Verlander 3-3, 336 all time at Fenway.
Boy, he's faced the Tigers many, many times, being in the same division, obviously.
McCann is hitless tonight. He's 0 for 3. He's grounded out, popped up, and struck out.
This bullpen is doing their thing so far. Embry, Kelly, Barnes. He'd like to finish it with Kimbrell if they could score some runs.
Well, it's a very good sign for Red Sox Nation when Mr. Kimbrell is warming up in the bullpen. He's converted each of his 27 career save opportunities at Fenway. And he's out there now. See if he's necessary tonight. John Farrell would love to think so. Red Sox down a run here in the 8th. Now he wound up to hit that one, and McCann will take his seat. Back-to-back Ks here by Barnes. Every time a Red Sox pitcher strikes out a Tigers batter, Lexus donates $50 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. You were giggling on that one.
Well, I'm not. That ball is so by him. It's ridiculous. How do you wind up? That ball's in the glove. It's almost embarrassing.
So when you would pitch,
I mean, I can't hit, so I shouldn't.
Was there an inner Eck who was laughing at times?
No.
Like I had it right by that guy.
No,
I missed it by mine.
No, I'm serious out there thinking that, you know, you got to think it's life and death. You can't be laughing. You can laugh on the sidelines, right?
Iglesias has gone 2 for 3 tonight. Here's the strikeout.
Look at this strikeout. Cross seam, balls up, probably out of the zone. He uppercut that thing. Maybe he wasn't that far behind it, but he didn't have any chance.
Well, Barnes has been throwing 96, 97 coming in. I'm just trying to, putting it together with you. I mean, you were flamboyant when you struck somebody out.
But I was serious. I mean, I wasn't laughing.
Oh, I get it.
Because the game will get away from you. You think you got it, it handled.
And you've said this before that your greatest motivator was fear.
Oh, totally.
And you're not going to be giggling when you're striking somebody out.
The second you get carried away.
The 2-0 and fouled away, and yet you were known as a showman.
I didn't think I wasn't trying to be a showman.
Yeah, you weren't trying to be, but you were known as a showman.
You think?
I thought so.
Yeah. I was just
which I thought was a good thing, by the way. It was good for the game.
I was just a little demonstrative.
Yes.
Right? Because when you're releasing all that anxiety.
Right. But in the same way that maybe a player who hits a 500-foot home run will flip his bat.
Sure.
Or choose to look at it.
Yeah, I get it. I totally get it.
And you're one of those players when you were active, you wouldn't have minded that if a guy did that, right?
No.
Off of you.
Let alone in the 9th inning. Right? Let alone in the 9th inning. I mean, hooray for you. You're glad I'm sad. That's what I've always said. You give up enough home runs, you get used to it.
3-1 to Iglesias. And a fly ball foul off to the right. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2 Tigers here in the 8th.
I'll tell you what, we changed our whole bullpen act, didn't we? From last year to this year. We had Huey Hara, we had Ziegler. Remember, we had some soft guys out there. Now it's like, this is what you want, this is what you get. Gas. Everybody throws hard.
Red Sox looking to get Carson Smith active too. There's another guy who throws about 98. 3-2. Bounding ball. Tough play here for Sandoval, and he's going to put it in his back pocket. So it'll be the 3rd hit of the night for Iglesias. Didn't hit it hard, but he'll take it. He's 3 for 4.
That is a classic hit there for Iglesias. We've seen him do that when he was with us here. Swinging bunt almost down the 3rd base line. Sandoval is going to eat this one.
So 11 hits for Detroit. And Kinsler next. He's had a quiet night, 0 for 4. He's hit the ball in the air all 4 times. Red Sox come the bottom of the 8th inning. We'll have to up Bogarts, Moreland, Benintendi. Iglesias running. Here's the throw by Leon on target, tag, and he's out. Outstanding throw by Sandy Leon, right on the button for out number 3. Classic has added a 2-day family-friendly food festival introducing Crave, Rhode Island. That's Thursday and Friday at the Dunkin' Donuts Center in Providence. For tickets and info, visit cbshealthcharityclassic.com. The Red Sox running out of some opportunities, some changes now for the Tigers. Presley stays in the game in center field. And Alex Wilson's the new pitcher, 2.36 ERA and 27 attempts out of the bullpen. First man in is Bogaerts. He's 1 for 3 with a base hit. 3-2 Detroit.
Wilson loves to throw that cutter. Throws it about 35% of the time. Fastball, cutter, and then a little slider, a little bigger.
Oh, 1 that disappeared on Xander, that curveball.
Yeah, I think that's the slider. The other one was a cutter. It's a little harder, and that one's a little more off speed, gets more break. 2 good pitches.
Moreland on deck, Benintendi after him. He had a notion, but he held off it. No swing.
See that thing cut, man. That thing was moving.
Right now, Jordan Zimmerman would be the winning pitcher if it holds up 3-2 Tigers. And he would beat the Red Sox for the second time this year, but Sox can do something about it. 1-2 and a high pop up into right. Long run, Martinez still coming, can't get it. That falls in. Bogaerts rounding first and back to the bag, and Martinez just could not make the play.
That ball was in the air forever. This isn't a gift. This is a total gift. Nobody out. I mean, this is a can of corn. I guess he was playing deep and he might have took a step back, but he could not get there. He didn't even go for the dive. He just reaches for it. Oh, a little short there. And not agile enough to really make a dive, probably. But that ball's in the air forever. That ball's going to be caught. Make him pay.
As you said, a bit of a gift. Xander will gladly take it. He's 2 for 4. Promising start to the 8th inning. Red Sox down by 1 run. Here's Moreland, who has homered and doubled. Moreland scalding a line drive in the 4th inning into the bullpen.
You're down by 1. You don't want to get carried away. You don't want to get thrown out stealing, but you don't want a double play ball either. So it's a little cat and mouse game. I don't know. He has got a big lead.
Through there for a strike. We did see Kimbrell up in the bullpen. He has been Mr. Automatic, Mr. Unhittable. But Boyer is also up. Red Sox trying to fight from behind all night. They were down 3-0.
He comes in tie game or ahead, Kimbrell.
Bogaerts that tying run at first, nobody out. And throw away. Bogaerts taken off for second. Cabrera over to pick it up on the warning track in front of the Red Sox dugout. And Boston has the tying run at second base.
Back-to-back gifts. You got to be kidding me. Red Sox will take it, obviously. Where's his throw? That's not a bad. I mean, it's not a good throw, but the ball's in the air. He's got to have a better attempt.
It's actually catching Bogaerts on his left foot.
Right. He had to reach farther out to get it, but he's not real mobile over there either, if you think about it.
So an error on the pitcher. 0-1 on Moreland. Seen the ball very well tonight.
You can't afford to make your best pickoff move in a situation like that.
Here's the 0-1. Line shot, base hit to right. Xander Bogaerts will be waved around and he will score easily, and the Red Sox have tied it as Moreland's big night continues.
That is a clutch hit right there for Moreland. And the 2 gifts come back and haunt the Tigers right there. And then you're talking about a line drive base hit to right field. And as soon as that ball's hit, you look at where the right fielder's playing, Martinez. I mean, he's 320 feet away when he gets this ball.
And he just tosses it into second base. The ball's pulled down the line. You know he's got to score easy. He could have walked home from third.
Third hit of the game for Moreland and his second RBI. So a base hit that maybe should have been caught by Martinez falls in. The throwing error on the pickoff by Wilson. And Xander Bogaerts comes churning home on a single by Moreland. Benintendi has gone 1 for 3 with a base hit. And the Red Sox have knotted it up at 3-3 in the 8th and nobody out. High and wide to make it 2-0.
That cutter bit Wilson. Cutter to Moreland. He just smoked it into right field.
The 2-0. 2 balls, 1 strike on the rookie Benintendi.
He was going for the downs right there. 2-0. Didn't get a fastball. Got a cutter.
The Tigers made a couple of errors tonight. None more costly than Wilson on that pickoff. Oh, he had a swing there on the breaking ball. Stay right here after the 3rd out of this inning for a special behind the scenes look at what happens in between innings. Andy Ramirez on deck. And a go-ahead run at first base with nobody out. Here's the 2-2. High fly ball right field, but Martinez backing up. He's got some room to make that catch. Moreland going to take off, go about a third of the way, now back to first base. So out number 1. Make your next trip to Fenway Park unforgettable with the ultimate monster road trip. Your one-of-a-kind experience includes luxurious hotel accommodations, exclusive VIP pregame access, and seats on the Monster. Email premium sales at redsox.com or call 617-226-6912 for more information.
I'd love to see Hanley stay on this cutter and rifle it into right center field. Wishful thinking.
Andy Ramirez 0 for 2. He's reached on an error. He also reached on a walk tonight.
Boy, that was a pitch.
Tied up 3-3 8th inning. Greg Kimbrell all warmed up in the Sox pen. So you've been in this spot before. You're warming up. It's a tie game.
Yeah.
What's going through your mind right now?
You know you're in the game. That's all there is to it. Now it's a matter of not throwing your lungs out there. You know, you're trying to time it just right. You get hot and then mellow out.
One on, Moreland on. Fly ball right center field. Presley was deep, coming on. He'll make a nice running play for the second out.
Boy, these outfielders make it interesting. They're playing so deep, not as deep as Martinez in right field, but still, you get that full swing from Ramirez, and you think he's going to be a ball to the track, but Presley has a long ways. Look where he's playing. He's got a long ways to go. He didn't have a great jump, but he has enough time to come in and get it.
Two away, Jackie Bradley now 1 for 3 on the night with an RBI single and a couple of strikeouts. Sox 3, Tigers 3. That is ball 1. Red Sox are not home very long, just 5 games, despite the long trip just completed. Just a 5-game homestand against these Tigers and the Phillies, and then back on the road again for a pretty lengthy trip. They'll be headed to Philadelphia, then Houston, and Kansas City, before finally getting back home on the 23rd of June.
Boy, on the road a lot
Yes.
recently, it seems like.
No doubt.
You ought to know.
The 1-1. A high fly ball right field. That's deep. Martinez back. Watch it go. It is gone. Man, did he crush it. And the Red Sox have the lead in the 8th.
This ball is crushed. He got it all. He got every bit of that. He can do whatever he wants. You hit it that far.
That went up and over the bullpen, deep into the bleachers.
Over the exit sign.
Over the exit sign out there. You don't see many like that since Big Papi left.
You talk about lift.
Red Sox on top 5-3.
What a time for that. Only thing better would have been a walk-off piece.
Well, with Kimbrell in the bullpen, that's what it feels like. Game over, but we'll see.
He lost that ball. He's been swinging like this all night long, and he gets a ball middle up, and he just launches this ball. I mean, that's one of the longest balls he's hit, at least here in Fenway Park where it lands.
That sure
like
is.
Way in there.
435 feet.
Oh, yeah.
And the Red Sox hierarchy loves that. So does everybody else.
Boy, Jackie's been launching balls. He's hit some dingers lately. You make a mistake to him and he hits it a long, long ways. He's not a big man either.
I mean, when you're hitting it over that exit sign, over that tunnel in right field,
yes,
you have hit it.
Oh, yeah.
Here's Sandy Leon with 2 down. Red Sox leading 5-3. Sandy tonight 0 for 2 with a walk. Jackie Bradley with his 8th home run. And those homers are indeed starting to come for him, as that's hard hit and foul.
They really are. He lets it fly too. You know, Jackie, he does not leave anything back. The ball's up too. That ball wasn't down like he had to go down and get it. He had to supply his own power.
Greg Kimbrell following it as far as he could. 6 home runs in the last 21 games for Jackie Bradley.
Boy, he gets on a tear. I tell you, we've seen enough of those, huh? Player of the month last year in May.
He's driven in 3 runs tonight. Red Sox have needed those on top 5-3. It's the definition of a majestic blast. And a 2-1 hammer foul, caught a piece of his foot.
And it all started with that little routine fly ball. I say routine because where it landed, that J.D. Martinez couldn't get to.
The Sox have scored 3 times in the last half of the 8th. And have Mr. Kimbrell ready to go. And a 2-2 to Sandy Leon. He's run it full. Red Sox with a record of 3-25 when trailing after 7. Now, most ball clubs have a number like that, trailing after 7. But fighting back tonight. There's a line shot, base hit toward the alley. Presley will scoop it up. Leon will be content with a base hit throw into second base.
They are knocking Alex Wilson around right here. He's had his trouble, but you talk with a leadoff hit. This ball is in the air forever. It's kind of a gift for Bogaerts. J.D. Martinez doesn't even go into the dive. Base hit, and he throws away a pickoff play. Cabrera can't make a play on it, and then a bullet, absolute bullet to right field. J.D. Martinez once again. Bogaerts scores easily, and then this. How about this? This is a bridge ball. Way back.
And the Sox on top as Wilson is knocked to the showers. Stump coming into left-hander. We'll have more in just a moment. The left-hander Stump coming out of their bullpen, turning Sandoval over to hit right-handed. 2 down, runner at first base, Sandy Leon after a base hit.
Why is there an F at the end of his name?
We're not pronouncing it.
Okay.
And 1-0 foul back. On the night, Sandoval has grounded out to second, hit into a double play, 4-6-3, and struck out. Red Sox in front though, 5-3. On a massive home run by Jackie Bradley Jr. 2-run blast untie the game. Red Sox in the lead for the first time, and Craig Kimbrell is ready to go. 1-2. We'll stay in the park in between innings, and you will see Craig Kimbrell enter the fray. He has had a sensational 2017. He's converted 27 consecutive save opportunities at Fenway Park. And a 1-2. Pop foul out of play.
And he's had about 45 minutes to warm up. That's what I'm talking about. When you're out there and you're already, hot, what do? You stand there. It's kind of annoying, but guess what? We've got a save. We've got action.
And yet, your blood is pumping.
Yeah, it's pumping.
Your adrenaline is churning.
Right.
He's got to control all that.
Oh, totally. That's what it's all about. It's all about controlling that adrenaline.
So how'd you do it with like breathing exercises and stuff?
I don't know. You never get used to it.
1-2 and a cut and a miss, strike 3. Side retired, but the Red Sox scored 3 times to take the lead. Don't go anywhere as we stay in the park.
We tried to imagine what this season's fastest pitch sounded like.
101. Oh. There
Got it. 101.
as hard as he can throw it.
Red Sox on top of the Tigers here 5-3. Here's our game summary brought to you by Xfinity. Brian Johnson tonight just 4 1/3 innings, but he's off the hook. Marlins had a big night, 3 for 4. Jackie Bradley, though, 3 RBIs and a colossal home run moments ago to put the Red Sox in the lead and bring on Craig Kimbrell. I really don't know where you start with Kimbrell, but he earned his American League leading 17th save on Tuesday. He struck out 5 men in an inning and a third.
He's done some of those strangest things this year as far as punching people out, immaculate innings, whatever.
And gets started at 99. Strike 1 on Kinsler. He's gone 0 for 4. Red Sox trying to get back on the winning side. Marrero has taken over at third base for defensive reasons. And the 0-1. Quickly 0-2.
That ball rose out of the strike zone is what it did. Umpire thought it was a strike. You've got 2 runs to play with. That's huge. It's just enormous when you're a closer.
You said earlier, and I think it's the highest compliment you can give Kimbrell, given the career that you had, which wound up in Cooperstown. And I mean, there's an argument to be made. You were the greatest closer ever.
Well, not even close. We're talking Rivera, man.
And you won an MVP. He won 2 coming. And he'll sit him down. That is strike 3. 100 miles an hour. I mean, as you said earlier, just making contact against this guy.
What's phenomenal for me, the difference from last year to this year, to me, is command. I mean, he's in the strike zone all the time. You see, this ball almost rises a little bit at the end. Leon snatches it. You see that ball coming up, and he pulls it back down just a hair. Kinsler didn't even attempt to swing the bat. And he doesn't even need to throw a curveball. Sometimes I think he can just get by on just gas.
Castellanos here 1 for 4 with a home run back in the first inning.
There's a wrinkle right there. 88-mile-an-hour wrinkle, just a little wrinkle. It's not that little biter. This just went sideways. It didn't go down.
And the 0-1. Hitting 100 again, but off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. 5-3 Red Sox. Hits are even at 11 apiece. Cabrera's had a long night on deck. That's not said very often.
No.
One and two.
Little wrinkle there. He doesn't want you to hit it. Once again, that's the second time he throws this. It's a slider, but I think it's his hook, but it just went sideways a little bit. It's so hard, it hasn't got time to bite. He could do anything he wants right here.
And the 1-2. Got a piece of it.
I mean, that is command. You're talking about with the kind of gas he has to have this kind of command. I mean, he doesn't come out of his shoes. Think about it. He's not falling all over the place.
Justin Verlander, he'll pitch tomorrow against Chris Sale in the middle game of the series. The 1-2 from Kimbrell, and popped it up foul out of play. RBI Baseball 2017 is now out for Xbox One, PS4, Android. Enjoy fast-paced pick-up-and-play MLB action. Your breakout Major League Baseball season is here. You better come ready to play. Learn more at RBIGame.com. Bases empty, one down here in the ninth, and the 1-2 popped up again. He's hanging in there. That one back toward the netting and over into the box seats.
Foul one off. You feel like, yeah, I'm in there. I'm hanging in. I mean, it's okay if you strike out off of Kimbrell. It's okay. It's all right. They're not going to be angry with you. Just take it on in.
It's got to be a marvelous feeling as a closer to know that you're that locked in with everything you throw.
I have no idea what that's like. What he does.
With that kind of velocity.
Yeah, I'd have no idea what that's like. I did that in Little League.
I know you're being very humble, but
I'm serious.
This is pretty impressive what he's doing. The 1-2. Pretty good at bat here. We haven't seen many like this from a right-handed hitter against him.
God forbid he throws him a breaking ball. I don't know what he'll do with that.
He had held right-handed hitters 0 for 47 for the season until Mark Trumbo's single in the ninth inning last Saturday.
Ground ball up the middle.
Right.
Oh, he wants to throw a breaking ball.
Once again, the 1-2, and he missed outside. Big groan comes up from Fenway.
What do you want? They want everything. He's unhittable. They'll swing and miss if he gets over the plate. Hard as you can. Another breaking ball. This is sneaky.
2-2.
That was silly.
He's filled it up.
Thought that was a 3-2 pitch. It's not that silly.
55% of the outs on strikeouts.
I mean, like I said, if he keeps this up, it's historic piece.
Trying to put away the pesky Castellanos, and he pops him up. Moreland with a play, about even with the bag, now backing up, and the catch for the second out. So 2 down in the ninth. Fans, you can help NESN by taking a quick 2-minute survey. Enter for a chance to win a VIP NESN experience. Visit NESN.com/survey during tonight's game for your chance to win. Part of the VIP experience, a meet and greet right in our booth. And here's Cabrera.
Oh, it's an ugly night for him.
0 for 4. He has struck out 3 times.
He's got a hat trick working. Golden sombrero with Kimbrell waiting.
2 down and nobody on base. 5-3 Red Sox in the ninth. Remember now, Brian Johnson did not go deep in the game. He gave up 3 runs in 4 1/3. It's been the bullpen since then.
They've been outstanding.
They were in game 1 against the Yankees, and they're pretty much doing the same thing here tonight. Looking for the same ending.
Oh. I mean, that pitch is on the black. It's like unhittable.
We have used that term many times this season to describe Kimbrell. Unhittable. 1-2.
You see that funny swing by him? He's looking fastball and swung at his breaking ball.
So what does he get here?
I don't know. Take your choice. I would want to put an exclamation mark and gas it
with the heater.
Yeah, with the heater. Just air it out. If it's high, so what? He'll probably swing.
Looking to fan Cabrera.
And he did. He tops out at 100. Kelly tops out at $102, $3. But this guy's command is just through the roof.
1-2 on Miguel Cabrera.
Whoa.
High and tight at 99.
I'm telling you.
Looking to pin down his 18th save.
Well, this is as tough as it gets as a hitter trying to hit this guy. I feel sorry for Cabrera. Imagine that.
He struck him out. 99 to finish it. And the Red Sox win it 5-3. They take game 1. Jackie Bradley with a big time moment for himself with that 2-run homer, which went 435 feet, dancing in the end, and the Red Sox, TC, with a very nice win, one they needed, 5-3.